Welcome to the GRG podcast, the place for all your gaming news, plus hot topics of the week. Also remember to follow us on Twitter at KMega4.
What's happening, everybody?
Racist. That is racist.
Racist, sir. That's racist.
The
That
hell?
word counts for monetization. You can't say that.
Oh my. Oh God. His skin color is not his best quality. What is wrong with you, K-Mac?
We know that.
But when you bring it up, when you use it as the lead to introduce him, that's what everyone's thinking, bruv. Oh.
What? Yeah, man.
Dang.
Good, man. I mean, I think I've known you for so long that I know that I'm not going to gain any respect at all. So
Respect is
I know.
earned.
I know. I'm just gonna try to earn it, and it'll I'm just gonna try to earn it, and it'll never happen. So whatever. But yeah, man, I'm happy to be here, dude. I'm glad that that you had me on now, and I always like shooting the shit with you and talking games and stuff. So that's always fun. Yeah, man, I'm just happy to be here and ready to get into the topics and everything. Yeah, man. Oh shoot. Oh dang. You know what? I think you started that because everybody now is all like, "Dark, you don't have a job, man? What's going on, bro?" I'm all like, "Dude, I'm good. Like, we're good." It was probably Sir X-Man actually, because I feel like he's just talking about everybody.
I ain't no trick.
Oh man.
Looks in Texas.
Oh my god.
AK Mega, they can't hear you. No.
Thank God they can't hear him.
Muted.
Happy they heard me.
It's
at
been a
least.
mi-
He's
it's
from
been a
Texas.
minute. It's been a minute. It's been a minute. Yeah, I had to
Yes,
I had to hit the
Steve.
buttons. Had to hit the buttons. Sorry, guys. All right. So anyway, so you heard Dark Optimus. Now you can hear me now. Sorry about that, guys. I didn't hit the button. And so good. They didn't hear me. But they did hear Loke to hear and complain about me introducing Dark Optimus.
Look
But
at
anyway,
that beautiful fighting game on that screen. Look at that
Loke!
beautiful
Can
fighting
I
game.
can I introduce people? Sorry, man.
I guess.
We got a big panel, so we got to do that. Got to get
I
through it.
guess.
Okay, all right. Loke, burning the midnight oil. Really do appreciate it, man. Hope you had a great New Year. I don't know. Do you celebrate Kwanzaa? And when is Kwanzaa? That's what I need to know.
Oh my goodness.
Is Kwanzaa around?
jeez.
I don't know. I'm serious. I'm not.
Loving
Man, I'm
this
ignorant to
question.
that.
Let's go.
I'm ignorant to that. I'm ignorant
Happy
to that. So I
Kwanzaa,
don't know.
Loke.
I mean, I know you stay in Texas and everything, Loke, but I mean, instead of, but I just need to know. I don't know. So, how was your holiday?
I'm Googling Kwanzaa. It's an annual celebration of African American culture from December 26th to January 1st. So,
okay.
It's a lot of information. First off, I don't believe there's such a thing as African American. There's Black Americans, sure. I don't believe there's anything such because you're not African American unless you have an African nationality and you can just fly over to an African country and you don't have to worry about no visas, no nothing. You can just stay. All right. Point number one. Second, it starts on December 26th. December 26th is actually my birthday, so this is stressing me out.
So he does kind of celebrate Kwanzaa. So.
And third, no, I do not. No one on this continent celebrates African American culture.
Okay.
You just said it was an African American thing.
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. Like my understanding.
Like the
where?
Yeah, I'm confused just like the rest of the world.
Mega,
And I'm pretty sure that people that's
the
listening.
biggest weakness, the most gigantic glaring hole in this podcast is comprehension. I swear.
Yes.
Yeah, like trying to figure out your questions. Right.
Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. The disrespect. Okay. Well, I was just trying to wish you a happy holiday. I was trying to, I didn't know if you celebrated the Christmas. If not, then, was it Kwanzaa? And since we know Kwanzaa is just an American thing, had no idea. And listen.
Christmas, Boxing Day, New Year's.
Well, everybody celebrate New Year's. That's a given. But I didn't
Chinese
know about.
Okay.
No,
The
they
Muslim
got their own
don't.
New Year's. Chinese got
Muslim
their own.
But they celebrate a new year, so that it may not be at the same time where everybody else does it, but they still celebrate it. So
Take this guy going into the technicalities. I'm proud of you, man. I'm proud of you for noticing the technicalities. Welcome to the club, man.
Yes, and Christmas is a pagan holiday. I do understand that. Yes, I get that. So and Viper was over here explaining to me about that. But anyway, all right. So let's keep it moving. Glad to have you back on, Loke. And let's go on to Six Layer. You know what I'm saying? It's been a long time, man. I know that you was on a couple. Well, how's it been? It's been like almost 4 weeks almost. You know what I'm saying? You was on that last time, but it's good to have you back. It's good to hear your voice. How you been, brother? How was your holidays?
Holiday was good. It was good. Yeah, just awesome. Today has just been a tiring day, so this is just the fun time of the day, let me tell you. So it's good to be here.
All right. Yes, that's right. Everybody hits that like button, share this out. We are back. I know it, YouTube is like, man, you've been gone for so long. We didn't even know if you had a channel anymore. So go ahead and share this out. Let people know that we are live. We greatly appreciate it. All right, but excellent. Good deal. Let's keep it moving. Ham Solo. You know what I'm saying? Hey. I was always labeled the most defiant one, but I think that someone has surpassed me in that label. So I think I'm finna pass this on to Ham Solo. He is the most defiant one. And the difference between me being the most defiant, I'm right, but he's wrong. But anyway, but you're still the most defiant. How you doing, Ham?
I mean, say whatever you need to say to make yourself feel good. I mean, it's your show, so you're good to go.
Oh my God.
But anyways, kicking it, and just and playing Skyrim right now. Been digging this game a lot. A game that I'm not digging at all that I recently purchased is Bionic Commando for PS3. That game is garbage. Don't buy it. I highly don't recommend it.
Oh yeah, Bionic Commando is the controls are just too bad. The controls are just awful.
Thank you. Exactly. The controls are just terrible. The grappling is terrible. It's just it's rough.
Yeah, it is rough. I bought it on PC and the controls were rough. So that tells you like anything on the older consoles, it's not worth anything. But all right, great. I hope everything was good for you. How was the holidays great for you and everything, brother?
Oh, absolutely. Everything's been real good. Just been chilling, and I started a job on Monday. I got a assistant manager role at a game store here in Des Moines, Iowa.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll be starting there. I'm only doing it part-time, more or less, to get games for free. I actually just walked in there just talking games and whatnot, and he was telling me that they were hiring, and I was like, okay, well, what are you guys looking for?
They were like, you know more than us. Please come in and work.
Well, I was just shooting the shit and just telling them like, yo, like, because I'm pretty much a stay-home dad at this point, and I was like, dude, I can't take on like a whole bunch of hours because I gotta, my daughter goes to school for 3 hours only. So like, as soon as I put her take her in school, I only got time for like a fucking nap or just to clean some shit up and then turn around and go get her. So I told them that, and they're like, yeah, that's actually cool because there's only a couple people. It's only like 2 people that work there, and they're like, yeah, we just need somebody to take over part of the position and be responsible and be able to keep up on the store and shit like that. And I have some experience opening and closing, businesses and having keys with it and shit like that. And they're like, oh, we'll just hire you as assistant manager. I was like, let's go. Oh, all right. Let's go.
Well, congratulations. I you know what I'm saying? And I've always kind of wanted to work in a game store, not like GameStop, but something like a family chain or something like that, because I used to hang out with a couple of friends. I gained a couple of friends. One was Sasha and the other one was this guy named Matt, but we called him Frosty. They both their parents owned game stores, and like it just seemed like to be the coolest chill thing of all time. So yeah, you know what I'm saying? So that seemed like that's going to be the kind of situation that you're going to be in. So that's awesome.
Oh yeah. Old school games everywhere. I mean, going all the way back to like obviously like Atari and
it's got a Guerrilla game. It's like Guerrilla Games.
I mean, no, we don't have a Guerrilla game, so
yeah, I never even heard of that before.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
Never heard of Guerrilla Games?
Dude, never.
Seattle?
I don't live where you are, so probably not.
No, I don't live there, but it's in Seattle.
But
It's a big
okay, but if you
I
don't know,
don't
so why would
know
you?
anything about Seattle.
Yeah, why would you know something about Seattle
Oh
but
my
don't?
goodness, y'all guys
Oh
got
my
to
goodness.
explore the gaming
Okay,
world.
we got to
Oh,
keep it
my
moving.
goodness.
All right, so Sir X-Man, since you
Let
don't want to
us be
shut up,
country, right? Let us
let
be
you be country.
country.
How about you just go ahead and get your intro, get your stuff over with? Because Miss Betty quit,
Get
so
your
now
ass up outta here.
we got to find somebody else to go watch over this man because he just keeps getting loose. So Miss Betty said she was done. She got the bag from Dark. And so she said she wasn't coming back. So she probably went. She had a nice holiday vacation. So Sir X-Man, how you doing, brother? What's going on? How was your
I'm all
holidays?
right. Just came in to hang out since it was super cold outside. I had 6
What
days,
the-
and it was my
what?
Friday, and I was like, nope, I'm taking off today.
Yes.
So I figured I'd come out and hang out with K Mega on his year end start.
That's
Beginning
right.
start. Yeah,
That's great.
you know what I'm saying?
Oh no, appreciate
It's
it.
the
Appreciate
same
it as
Vipers
always.
here, but you know it is what it is.
Wow. Speaking of that, let's go on to the mighty Viper. How you doing, bro?
Damn.
How's everything going? You doing good? How was your holidays?
The holidays was good. Everything was, okay. But yeah, I'm just right now at work, just trying to stay a little bit quiet until I get off in about 15 minutes. And yeah, I'll join in with the shenanigans. And I don't want to curse at this point, but yeah, Sir X-Men, you ain't.
I know what you're gonna say.
We got 30 more minutes, gentlemen. Anyway, even though while Ham was just going, just lighting it up.
I
but it's
know,
okay.
right? S bombs
Yeah,
everywhere.
I can't wait to when they invite me to their podcast, and I'm just gonna like, well, come on, Mega, wait.
Blast.
When he gets to his 1,000, and when he gets his 1,000, that money ain't funny, boy. I'm gonna sit there and he's
What
like,
are you talking about? I didn't say anything.
Yeah. You need
I'm
to listen to watch the replay later.
I'm just joking, man. I really am. Anyway, because
If I did, it's probably because of Skyrim right here. If I did,
yes.
Wow.
Listen, our little conversation that we had about Skyrim, and you see, I've been playing nothing but The Witcher. But
Witcher,
you're gonna make me give that game an opportunity because I never really gave it a chance. But I'm telling you, you need to go ahead and try Witcher. That game is absolute. Oh my god. Anyway, if I got time, I'll go into detail about it.
I literally just turned into a vampire just now and just killed a whole base. It was fantastic.
Hey, Mega, you thought Assassin's Creed Odyssey took you forever? Skyrim, you will sink about 1,200 hours in that game.
Oh, I know it. That my one homeboy, I got him turned on to Skyrim because I was just like, because I was interested in it, and then, sometimes he wanted to try to get interested into the games that I like, and then so he got into it. I didn't have time to get into it, so I never really put the time into Skyrim, and it just took him, and so much so that when ESO came out, that's all he plays. And I told him, I'm like, man, look, there's going to be an Elder Scrolls 6. And so like, he's all in, like, that's all he plays. He don't play anything else. He used to play COD, man, all different other games. Only thing he plays is ESO online. Like, he's like a crazy super orc. He's got like 10 extra characters. He's in guilds. He's in 2 different guilds. He wants me to sit there and watch him play. And sometimes I do. And I'm like, man, what's going on here? It's crazy. It's crazy.
Hey, Mega, it's
awesome.
just like, I got a friend and I've known him for years on Xbox. All he plays is Madden. That's all he plays. Every day religiously.
That reminds me of my brother.
What do you mean that's a lovely thing?
That's lovely. That's lovely.
Jesus Christ.
But anyway, all right. So I'm gonna add, before we get into the before we go to hey, did you see them sales numbers for Madden? Okay, understand that.
I don't care. It don't matter. I mean, Pokemon Scarlet, right? Don't matter.
Before we get to the first topic, I do want to ask everybody what you've been playing here lately. Before we get on, so I'm going to start off with you, Ham Solo. What have you been playing? You already said Skyrim, right?
Yeah. So yeah, pretty much Skyrim, Halo Infinite. I've been getting back into that.
Nice. I'm going to get back into that here.
I haven't because my wife can't stop playing it. So and she always likes me to play my wife likes me to play with her. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, she likes me to hop on Halo Infinite and get down and do that damn thing. But I've been playing a ton of Fight for New York as well, Eternal Darkness, and what was it? Shenmue on my Dreamcast. Going through all the
Oh,
Shenmues. I got Shenmue on Dreamcast, Shenmue 2 on my Xbox, and then Shenmue 3 I have through PlayStation Plus Premium that I got for Christmas.
Nice.
Hey,
Excellent.
Hams, do you got Power Stones on your Dreamcast also?
I wish.
Oh
That
my
game.
goodness. I can't believe I might have an extra copy of Power Stone
Oh,
too.
bro.
Maybe I'll send it to you. I have to look for it though.
My
All right, so
God, do me that favor.
so Dark, what have you been playing here over the holidays?
I've just been playing Cyberpunk 2077 for the second
Excellent.
time.
Excellent
Not
choice.
bad.
Excellent choice.
Loke, get your shit together. Nice.
Yes. Oh, Loke still ain't. Oh my God.
Still ain't played the game. Still in his library.
Excellent choice.
It's better even the second time around. I'm
Make me
loving
wanna
the
turn
game. I
that
mean,
game.
I loved the first game anyways. I mean when I first played it, I loved it, and then now I'm just kind of going in and playing it as a different character and playing as a street kid this time. Last time I played as a corpo, so now I'm playing as a street kid, and I like that world. I love the the tech and all that stuff and guns and all of it, just being able to create your character and make him as powerful as you want to make him, and it's awesome. I love that. um so yeah, man, that's all I've really been playing. I haven't really touched much because I don't know what it was, but with 2022, with the third party games, I just were not feeling a lot of those games. I mean, I started playing Midnight Suns and I was gonna finish it, but man, I can't get past that corny dialogue and the subtitles just being there the whole time, and
Hear
I
that,
can't
K-Maker? He can't get
do that.
past the mid. He can't get past the
Yeah,
mid.
I can't. I understand though. I mean, I understand the love for it, and I think it's a good game. I think people definitely should play it for themselves if they're into that type of game. I just can't get past some of that stuff. And then of course, I tried Crisis Core. I couldn't do that game, dude. Like I was just like, are you kidding me? Like I know I spent like $50 on that. I mean, I think Midnight Suns I didn't spend any money on. I got that for free, but um, the uh, Crisis Core started playing that, and I was just like, oh man, this is just not what I was expecting, not what I wanted, not anything. I get that people love it, that people are excited about it, but it does not live up to anything remotely close to what we got with Final Fantasy VII Remake at all. At least in my experience and the way that I
Oh
feel
no,
about it,
graphic. Yeah, no. There with
yeah,
the production value
it
and all
wasn't
that.
even the
No one is
graphics.
saying.
It
Yeah,
wasn't even the graphics of Final Fantasy VII. I mean, the
the
graphics are
gameplay
fantastic, but the gameplay of that is just so much more smoother, so much more in depth
open.
than
Yeah.
yeah, it's so much more open and stuff, and I enjoy that more. So I'm just kind of waiting until either Hogwarts Legacy or I might get Dead Space. I'm not sure yet. I don't know. I don't really like the way that they made Isaac Clarke look and the way that they made his wife look. They made him look old. I don't even know why they look old. Like in the games, they weren't even old people. They were just, like I don't understand why they went that direction. But
It's an old
yeah,
game,
man.
bud.
I know it's an old game. I know. And I probably won't be getting it. I probably won't be getting Forspoken. I know Fire Emblem Engage is also out and coming out this month, and I'm just like, I don't know if I want to, because it doesn't seem like it's gonna have like this grandiose thing that Three Houses had, and I'm just like, I don't know if I want to dive into that. So I'm probably just gonna play Cyberpunk until Hogwarts comes out.
Okay. All right. All right.
Hey, K-Maker, you got to ask Look why his game of the year is Forspoken. You got to ask him that at some
His
point
name.
today.
I know what his game of the year is because I've been seeing him posting the hell out of it. So matter of fact, let's go to Loke. Loke. So what game was you playing during the holidays? What
Forgotten.
games?
Forgotten.
Playing the forgotten demo.
During the holidays, I was actually playing Ghost of Tsushima.
Oh,
Good game.
okay,
Good
okay,
game.
okay, okay.
Yeah,
Nice.
well, but I made a point to play all these indie games that I've been missing out on Game Pass with my trip, because I can't take the consoles with me. So I downloaded Signalis, Vampire Survivors, Midnight Fight Express, Pentiment, Power Wash Simulator, Weird West, and Immortality. And I haven't been able to play anything but Vampire Survivors. Yeah, I'm just playing Vampire Survivors, and I would suggest that no one else play Vampire Survivors. Yeah,
That
that's pretty
addictive.
much it.
Okay,
Yeah,
all
yeah,
right.
it's yeah, just don't play Vampire
I've
Survivors.
seen a lot of people talk about how addicting it is. Yeah, I'm saying I might give it a shot one of these days, but it's not
Dude,
on
it's
my
not a
radar.
joke.
Yeah,
It's
people say it's
crack.
I
addictive.
That game
I
is
know
crack.
people talk. I know people talk about it like it's a joke or whatever. This shit is serious, dude.
We
No,
passed the
I've seen it.
15 minutes. You can cuss now.
Yeah, so Sir X-Man, stop trying to make rules that you got no reason. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop. Stop.
I'm playing
Cool.
hall monitor.
I know. Like, what are you
I
doing?
know.
Like,
Hey, somebody got to be the grown up in the room.
Get in a straight line,
Oh,
everybody.
my
Get in a straight
God,
line,
yeah.
everybody.
Yes,
Everybody needs to
man.
be in a straight
Get your
line.
justice.
Hey, Sir X-Man is that old school gym teacher that you know what I'm saying, that
This
wanted
is
to
how
be a
you play
teacher.
dodgeball, young man. Let me throw this at you.
Oh man, he's a half assistant coach, half PE teacher that wants to be a history
An
major.
NFL coach, but
yeah,
will never make it.
yeah, but never make it. So he wants to talk. Oh my God! Anyway, stop it. Okay, all right. So let's go on to Viper. Viper, what did you play for the holidays?
Jeff Saturday became a head coach in the NFL. I'm just saying, anything is possible.
Anything is possible,
That's
and so did Lane Kiffin. I mean, not Lane Kiffin, but the former coach for the Cardinals, for the Arizona Cardinals, that got fired. So he had
So
no
essentially,
reason.
Sir X-Men,
no
you just
reason
have
to
to
be an
become
NFL coach.
like white, basically.
Oh,
That's
now
all.
who's throwing in color now? What's
That's
going
all
on
you
here?
What happened, Loke? I thought
I
you just
listen
had
to
some
heavy
other
metal,
thought
baby. I
process.
don't even want to know what you're talking about.
What's happening?
I'm in
What's happening
all
here?
worlds of music, baby.
Oh my God. Anyway, see, we talk about
Analyze.
sports. This man talk about music. Lord, can we hire Miss Betty again? Anyway,
I'll try to get her back, man. But I don't
thank
know
you.
if it's
I
gonna
don't know.
happen.
She took that bag and left.
She took that back and left. I think she left
Viper.
the country. I think she went back to Mexico or something. I don't
She
know.
left. Miss Betty said, "I'm out of here." So Viper, what were you playing over the holidays?
Well, I've been playing Vampire Survivors, and yeah, that is addicting. Very much the black man's crack. There's also High Up Life.
What a color!
Y'all are insane today,
What's
man.
happening here? Like, I mean,
Like,
man,
dang.
what's going
You're
on
doing that
here?
Vampire Survivors crack, it'll do that to you.
Yeah, but I mean, he's like a black man crap. Like, what is that? Like,
Are
I
you
mean,
trying to say that game is like Drano? Is that game like Drano?
I mean, yeah, it's more like Drano sound like. But this
Yeah.
anyway, go ahead, Viper. Go ahead. Lord have mercy.
The hell is Drano?
I
You
was
know what
also doing.
Drano is.
Hopefully, it's not too loud because I'm walking by a loud spot. But I've been playing High on Life, and I've been physically getting sick from the game because of the fact that I'm, I don't know, something wrong with like the frame rate or something like that, but just been physically getting sick from it. And I know that there's been other games that I've been getting sick from, like Dishonored. Even what's the other one that just came out from Arcane? Deathloop. So I've noticed there's something about those games. There's a way of the movement. I've just been getting sick from them, so I'm trying to stay away from them for the time being. But for some odd reason, even though I'm getting sick with High on Life, I'm still playing the game, just trying to finish all the achievements.
Turn off the motion blur.
Yeah.
I did that, but that's not working. For some odd reason, I don't know if it's the colors or the way that the thing has been, the way of the motion of it, but Like I feel like I want to throw up just by watching it, and it like as soon as I turn my head away from it, yeah, my stomach starts feeling good. But then when I look at it again, that's when I'm like, oh God, I want to throw up. So yeah,
That's
it's kind of
wild.
bad.
That's bad. Yep. So you are. So every time that I look at those disclosures, those disclaimers, and they talk about people like, with epilepsy, or they get seizures, or they get sick to the stomach. So now I'll think of you every time now. So
Well, I mean, it's been happening before. Like there's been certain games like back in the day was Turok the Dinosaur Hunter, the first one that got me sick. The second thing that got me sick was Duke Nukem, like the old school Duke Nukem. And oh shit. There was a game called Beck that was on GameCube, Xbox, and PS2. That one got me sick. And like I said, the most current ones now that I just mentioned, I don't know. There's just something about color patterns, certain movements that occur, just the way that they mix and match the stuff. It just gets me sick, and I'm like, ugh, I love the game, but I gotta take some breaks because that hurts.
well, if you on that
'Cause you-
TCL TV, then you know what I'm saying. Then
Oh, no,
that'll do
no.
that too. No,
So what you're saying is
Yeah.
that you're allergic to crappy games.
No,
oh,
it ain't crappy games. No,
Man,
I
this
can
man.
say the Duke Nukem was crappy, but that High on Life and Turok wasn't crappy. So
High on Life is
that,
just garbage. I don't
Wow,
even know
what?
why people
Deathloop
play
High
that.
maybe.
Life was
I can say Deathloop was maybe crappy, but Dishonored, no, that wasn't crappy at all. So no, like I said, it's just certain things, the way they develop the games, the way that you have the movement in the games and color schemes. That's what kind of messes me up a little bit. And so, yeah, I'm just trying to get through some of the games, and then as soon as I'm done with the games, with all the achievements, I'm ready to go for the next game. And then also, I've been dabbling with the Plague's Tale Requiem as well.
Okay. All right, cool. Who did I miss? Six Slayer. What have you been playing for the holidays?
Definitely I've been playing that High on Life, and
Oh.
much to my chagrin to give Dark Animus any more ammo for slander, let's say, right?
Serve that fraud.
There is some kind of jank I'm detecting in the animation or something, particularly if you use the knife to like murder somebody like from behind or whatever.
I love
like, the animation is a
knifey.
little jank. I love the knife. It's just the animation, like it like freezes for a second and then it puts everybody in the right position and then it does the murder animation with the
There's
knife.
the delay,
And,
yeah.
Yeah, there's some kind of weird delay, and I don't know. It triggers me in a way because I don't get motion sickness or anything, but that game does have that element with that animation in particular. Also, I've been
Okay,
playing.
good. I'm not the only one that sees it then.
It's just that one animation then. It's just that one animation. Nothing else in the game does that to me. Although the game is slightly jank in and of itself, I guess I give it an 8 because of the jank instead of like 8.5. Like I gotta take off half a point for that. But otherwise, I'm loving the game. I've been back in Tunic now that I figure out where I was stuck at. So I'm finally progressing in that. And of course, you got that Vampire Survivors crack. But dude, I'm worse than all of y'all because I'm playing on 2 systems at the same time. I'm playing on that Steam Deck and I'm playing on Xbox.
Oh my God.
Bro, I need help, man. I need help.
We all need help at this point.
Yeah.
Like now, no one is shocked why Phil Spencer was able to put in. How many hours did he put in? Someone screenshotted it like 300 or something.
Jesus Christ.
Man,
Yeah.
I think I have around 300 hours in Vampire Survivors as well.
Well,
Man,
is that
I wonder how many hours Jim Ryan has.
Uh-oh.
And on that note, K-Mega.
We know he don't
Yeah,
play.
I know I got one more person, and hopefully he won't take all day to explain what games that he played during the holidays. And that's Sir X-Man. What have you played?
Oh shit.
Yeah, I know.
Phil 2042, baby. Man, is that game improved.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so addicted to it, man.
It has
And
improved.
yeah, oh my God. I've been playing
And now it's in Game
I
Pass.
finally bought R-Type Final 2. I'm loving
Good
it.
choice.
I love smut games, man. And That
True.
R-Type, oh my God, it's
Of course
classic
we
with
know
new
you like
graphics,
smut.
man. No, it's called Smuck, gang.
I know, but I'm just
Nobody ever
Saying
said that
smut.
back in the day, bro. Nobody ever called it shmups, man. I know Malcolm, I swear to God, the guy who created shmups.com back in the day. I swear, man, if I ever go to the UK, I'm gonna choke that man up. We never called it back in
I
the 80s.
love
We never called it that word.
side-scrolling shooters. I
Yep,
always
love these
have.
genres, bro.
Always have. And I've been playing a lot. When I find time playing the new PGA golf. You know,
Okay.
that's pretty much it. I'm
All
not.
right.
I don't go on a rant like Dark Optimus does for like a half an hour. You know, get
No,
right to the point, baby.
we hit right at a half hour, so we good now. So that's about it. Only thing that I've been on is what
We
you've
are
seen with.
fuck Dark Optimus.
No, we got an hour. We got an hour. So we got a. Okay, so
I love
anyway,
how I'm just ignoring all of that foolishness.
right. For me, Midnight Suns beat that. I enjoyed the hell out of it. It was not a
Oh, you
AAA
actually
game.
finally beat it?
Yeah, I beat it on the third or the fourth.
For you, that's actually kind of short, my friend.
Oh no, I put about close to 300 hours in it. So
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? So I put times into it. So anyway, but yeah, I had the time, so I enjoyed it thoroughly. I mean, but like Dark was saying earlier, I get the point where some people can't get through the interacting with people. I think that's the gap. If you can get that to where you can build your relationships, and the fact that when you in the Abbey graphically, that's where it doesn't shine. That's the part where they'll turn people off, or people will just be so excited about getting back into the combat of the game, like me, and just building my characters up because I like doing that type of stuff. I thought the game was amazing. So and I'm glad that it's going to get a sequel because of the way that the ending ended. And then I'm back on The Witcher 3. I did play a little bit of High on Life, and then I was playing this game right here, Sword and Fairy Forever, Together Forever. I was so happy that game came to Xbox. They told me that they were going to be coming to Xbox. And then when it came on PlayStation first, I thought maybe PlayStation locked it down, but they only locked it down for, I think, 6 months, not even a year, I don't think. But regardless, those are the games I've been playing. And so now here we go. First topic. I do want to talk, but I want to make that last because I want to get straight to this one because I think this is very important. Because it was going to some of where my video was, my thoughts video this week about the infighting, the complaining, the overwhelming situation where people just seem like they're never satisfied with anything. I can't wait to hear your thoughts about this, but this all kind of ties into what happened this week with one of my favorite reviewers. It saddens me because the man had a breakdown. And that's Adam Sessler. He went on I don't know what, 6 to 9 hour rant and just didn't stop. And so like, you can't, I mean, the man was ultra disrespectful. And so I can't condone that type of stuff, that type of behavior. But I think it's just like when I was telling Don the other day, was just like, look, man, I think he just hit a wall. And I think this also is one of these things where he knows this is his last hurrah. So now he just knows that, like, I don't give a damn. I'm just going to say what I feel. And I think he's just tired of the industry. The community as a whole, because of the way that people talk to one another. It's more about banter instead of talking about games and what's good and bad about these games. It's all personal and things like that. And so then I think he just lashed out and then started saying stuff about, I'm not a gamer. And so I kind of get what he's saying. And so I want to hear what everybody on the panel's thoughts. So I'm going to start off with you with this, Lo, because I know that you're in the same type of, somewhat in the same type of field, but more so than all of us. And so I want to get your take on what Adam Sessler is, and also just kind of like what you think about with like what's going on with the Xbox community, or just in the gaming community itself, where nothing seems satisfactory anymore. Like I was in DMs just listening to people complain every day. Like, well, we need Xbox to tell us something. So Xbox did, and then all of a sudden, well, Starfield's not here. This is an L. And I'm thinking, like, what the hell do you guys want? So I don't know. What do you think about this situation? Do you feel like I'm a little off base? What do you think about all this?
Okay, so to start it off, I remember last year when everyone was talking about Xbox ain't got no games, they haven't released anything the whole of 2022. I was one of the people that was saying, like, dude, I'm happy as hell with everything that Xbox has brought up. I am satisfied. So that's point number one. Point number two, I'm essentially my first article. This is for anyone that has the time to go and check my Twitter page and then click on my portfolio, plug. My first article was specifically about fanboys and the gaming culture. And I think fanboys are a necessary evil in the community. We need people, right, that take this thing a little too seriously. One, to keep the corporations in line. Two, to help remind us that we are normal. Because when we see them doing all that crazy shit, we're like, damn, that dude is not okay in the head. And then we move on with our lives feeling a lot better about ourselves. The same way rich people need poor people around, or normal gamers need these crazy people that dedicate their lives to these plastic boxes. We need these people around to give us perspective, okay? But they also play a role in calling out and taking the time to consistently call out the bad actors in the community, in or around the community. So that's my point of view on the fanboys and the community. As far as Adam Sessler is concerned, dude, I don't know, man. I've never been as big as Adam Sessler. I've never made as much money or had as much clout as he has from video games. So I cannot speak for him. I can only speak for what I think I would do and say if I were in his position. And I think it's a big L, dude. I really do. I read some of the stuff he said, and I don't think there's any instance in which you can say the things that he said about the entire community, because he wasn't talking about specifically K Mega. He wasn't talking about Sir X-Men. He was talking about everyone.
All of us, yeah.
And for me, I any statement that you make about any community as a whole, as far as I'm concerned, you are wrong, because there is no community that is a monolith. Fucking ants have personalities that separate them from each other. Ants. This guy is out here talking about, oh, you gamers. All of you gamers. He didn't even take the time to say you, the fanatics in the gaming community. He said everyone. So for me, he was out of line, out of pocket, and if he ever works in this industry again, I wouldn't be shocked, because as much as it hurts to say, the people that sign the checks probably feel the same way as he does, or don't even care about how people feel about towards us. They just care about clicks and making money. So there's a lot of people out here. I saw a couple of YouTubers talking about, oh, Adam Sessler, I don't know if you'll ever work around it. Dude, it is pervasive, not just in gaming, movies, TV series. Saying you don't like the core fan base in any entertainment sector for some reason these days is like a badge of honor. So anyone thinking that this guy, dude, that's not even woke anymore. That's just hateful.
Yeah.
We forget what the word woke used to mean, dude. Woke used to mean people, we used to be woke. I used to be woke, dude.
Yes, me too. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Woke, woke,
Yeah.
woke used to be, I'm not asleep. I'm actually paying attention to what's going on. And now it's been turned into whatever the hell it's been turned into. And so everyone that's talking about RIP Adam Sessler's career, settle your ass down, dude. Pay attention. They're paying people that hate the core fan bases. They're paying the people that hate the source material. Pay attention. That's all.
Right. Great points. All right, so let's go ahead and go to let's go to you, Dark. What do you think about this whole situation with both? Because I know within the PlayStation community, I know you was kind of upset with them. I think more so last year. I don't know how much about you are this year, but like for me, it's just like I've been frustrated with the lack of with just being patient. Like I understand we're in an era where people just can't be where we need to have that information now. But I mean, when you get what you ask for and it's still not enough, and then you still want people to join your crusade of saying that Xbox is still not doing enough when it's apparent that they are, it's very frustrating to me. And then also, like I said, with Adam Sessler, it kind of all just kind of culminates together to me because I think that a lot of people are just so invested and pretty much too much. And I love gaming and always will, and I will die as a gamer. But sometimes you just know you got to push back. What do you think about both situations?
Well, to speak on the PlayStation, Xbox, I mean, at least Xbox last year had their showcases, right? PlayStation didn't have anything. I mean, they had their state of plays and stuff. They had the ones that are for the games that are going to come out within that year, but they didn't have their big event, right? They didn't have any big event last year, so that upsetted me, right? um because I was looking forward to it. I was like, oh man, we're gonna get something we're gonna get something, right? And no, we didn't get anything. That was upsetting. um this year, honestly, I'm at the point where I'm like, okay, if they don't do it, then they don't do it. As long as they keep giving me games, it's fine, whatever. I just like watching the showcases because it's fun, right? Like it's fun to watch that stuff because it's like, oh man, this is what's coming. This is what's coming down the pipeline. Can't wait. Of course, sometimes we have to wait a while for some of those games, but it's fine. um it's just, I feel like, but to speak on Adam Sessler, I stopped listening to Adam Sessler when he said that he cut off family members and friends because he didn't agree with the views that they had.
Oh
I
yeah,
was
the
all like,
politics. Yeah.
what? Like, if I cut off everybody in my life that disagreed with me, I wouldn't have anybody in my life at all. Period. Right? Like that just baffled me when he said that. I was all like, is he getting paid to say these things or what? And and at that point I was like, I don't think he's getting paid to say these things at all. Um but yeah, I feel like he is just on a kind of on his high horse, right? Like kind of like sitting there saying that he's better than everybody else because he's superior to the gamers out here, kind of. And it's like, bro, like you're not like just you're just some guy who made a name for himself by playing video games, right? Like that that's all you did, right? Like, I mean, that's great, and you had a good run with people and with people and stuff, but you're not what people want anymore, right? Like you're just not. You got to accept that people are just not gonna watch or listen to your content anymore because you've become this just hateful person. Like you really have. Like he has. Like, it's wild to see how hateful he has become. um and I just don't condone that kind of stuff. I don't condone people being hateful towards other people. I don't like that type of situation. I may not agree with some of your views or some of your things that you put out there, but it doesn't mean I hate you, right? Like people have to differentiate being able to disagree with somebody and hating somebody, right? And people nowadays just don't seem to be able to do that. They just seem to be able to just sit there and say, well, this person um doesn't like what I said, so they hate me, and it's like, no, I don't. We don't hate you. We don't. It's just we don't agree with what you have to say. And there's nothing wrong with that. People have differences of opinion all the time. And we have differences of opinion all the time. You and me, K Mega, we have
Yeah.
differences of opinion all the
Oh, yeah.
time.
Oh, yeah.
But I don't sit here and say, "Oh, well, fuck you, K Mega. I ain't your friend no more." Like
Right.
that's childish. That's baby stuff, right? That's being somebody who just can't handle being an adult, right? Like it's wild, man. I don't condone that whole, you know, because you don't agree with my views, you are scum of the earth, right? Like, no, dude. That's just not, you can't do that. That's not right. Like unless it was like views that that really harmed people, then that's when I draw the line. That's when I'm like, okay, you have some views that are going to harm some people. That that's not right, right? Like I'll definitely cut you off at that point, right? Like I'm just like, nah, dude, I don't need you in my life for that kind of thing. But people that are just speaking their mind on stuff or saying I don't feel the same way that you do doesn't mean that they hate you, or that doesn't mean that
Oh, let me
that
get
they
the moonshine.
that they're not that they're not they're not people that they're people trying to try out to get you or whatever. They're just people having an opinion.
Okay, great point. All right, so let's go ahead and move on to let me go to Ham Solo on this one. What is your thoughts on both situations, man? I mean, do you agree with Adam Sessler whatsoever on anything that he said? Yeah.
Sorry. I just want to add something real quick that I didn't get
sure.
to.
Sure.
Okay. About the whole Xbox thing, why people with people getting pissed off or complaining about Xbox finally communicating even after they spend a week talking about Xbox is bad at communicating.
Yeah.
To these people, when I see stuff like that, many times I've looked and I'm like, I don't think these people like video games. I don't think they like playing video games.
Thank you.
I think
That's what it sounds like, right?
It feels that way. It does sound that way. It feels that way to me.
Yeah, it does.
To me.
I think they look at video games as like a vehicle. As a vehicle, well, sometimes to make money, sometimes for clout, for a whole bunch of reasons. But I don't think these people that are constantly complaining about these companies and their outputs and whatever, I don't think these people are in it because they like pressing these buttons and staring at these pixels.
That's
what I wanted to add.
Yeah, no, I feel you on that. I feel you with that 100%. I just think that it's just too much gaming. They love the gaming politics more than they love gaming itself. That's how I feel about it. What do you think, Lo? I mean, not Lo. I'm sorry, Ham Solo.
So, on the whole Adam Sessler thing, like just watching it was, I don't know, it was awkward, and it wasn't awkward. It wasn't awkward in a way like that. Oh man, like he's saying some offensive stuff that's offending me. Like sometimes when I see somebody projecting in a way like that, I like take a extra step back. Like, yo, he's saying something to try to trigger me. What is really going on here? Because you're not doing a very good job at triggering me right now. You just sound pissed. So like when I stepped back and looked at it, I was just like, man, like Bro looks like he needs some help. Like he literally needs some sort of like counseling or something, which isn't a bad thing. If you need counseling, you need counseling. I have nothing against that. I've used counseling before to help structure out parts of my life that felt pretty messy before. So like that's what it looked like to me. It was either somebody like trying to either do what kind of Loke was talking about, like, yo, I'm coming out here and I'm gonna slander this so everybody looks at me for 5 minutes. It's either that or it's some sort of just like just mental issues that he's having going on and he's just kind of losing it from doing it for so long. That's kind of my take on it. I didn't love it, but at the same time, I couldn't take it serious. He was saying so much wild stuff that I was just like, all right, man, you sound like an angry teenager right now. Like I can't take you serious.
Okay. All right. Do you agree with what Loke was saying about like just within the community, like where people are more into the gaming politics than they are into gaming? Not, of course, not everybody, because I mean everybody has the concerns, but just for the people that just constantly are just never satisfied.
People are constantly never satisfied because they want people to constantly look at them.
Okay.
That's
a great
the
point.
way I kind of look at that. It's like, why are you so dissatisfied? It seems like if like you unplugged yourself, you'd probably just be just fine. But since you're plugged in here, you just have to let everybody know how you feel about every single goddamn thing. And it's just like, it's okay to have an opinion. I don't have a problem with that. But like when you're trying to like prove to me something that I know is false, it's just like, all right, you there's no talking to you, there's just no talking to to certain people, or really no business in giving them your time of day, because all they're there to do is try to trigger you and try to take you off of the beaten path that you created for yourself. And I say F that, man. Just keep when it comes to those kind of people, it's just better just to keep to yourself instead of trying to engage with them, because there's literally nothing you can say to help.
Yeah, no, I totally agree with that too. Okay, all right. Let's go on to Slayer. What's your thoughts on this situation, brother? I mean, you have a different take, or do you kind of agree? Where are you at?
Generally, I think I agree with everyone. Am I the last one to go on the question?
No, Sir X-Men and Viper left.
Oh, okay.
I didn't leave.
Oh my God, Sir X-Man. Somebody get him his. Someone get him his.
Get your meds. Nobody didn't say that you left.
Somebody get him his electronic
nap.
gear.
He didn't get his nap today. He didn't get his pop out today.
My God.
Sir X-Man, you are left to speak. You and RG Viper are left to speak.
I'm drinking the moonshine now. Let me enjoy myself.
No, bro. You drank the moonshine. You not drinking.
You are drinking, bro. You did not just get started drinking. You've been drinking before you got on the show.
I haven't had alcohol in 6 months. Okay.
Oh well, man, Lord have mercy. Anyway,
the reason I said all that was
yes, sir.
In the past, when I was quite the regular on this show, like oftentimes I would say I was thankful that I got to be the last one to speak on the subject, because I would get to hear what other opinions and thoughts and stuff about it, and particularly what Loke and Ham Solo had to say before me, and also Dark as well. But okay, so in the middle when Loke was speaking, I said, "Go woke, go broke," and I really want to expand upon that a little bit. There's a couple of films that I can mention, and most recently the Velma series that just started, right? The first 2 episodes just came out. We've seen the bad response to that, right? We've seen the new Lord of the Rings series. We saw the Game of Thrones series. We saw that Ghostbusters film with those entirely female cast. We saw the more recent Charlie's Angels, right? We've seen the most recent Thor movie, right? That's what I mean by go woke, go broke, because it was exactly what Loke said. All of those, except for Charlie's Angels, I would at least admit that Elizabeth Banks, really liked the series when she grew up in the 70s, and that's why she did the film. But even then, it was, all woke, and it's trying to preach to you about stuff, right? But anyway, except for that, it seems to me like a lot of the content that's out there nowadays, if it's games, TV, film, books, whatever, right? Oftentimes it's the funding and even the creative minds behind it are people who actively dislike the subject matter, if it's the game or the book or whatever. I see that all the time. I feel it, right? And I don't know what it is. Like, why would you involve yourself in, say, Velma, right? A Scooby-Doo character, and you flip it upside down, you make it a fake Daria with no characterization and no character growth. IGN even got that right, and IGN is pretty crappy at a lot of things, right?
Especially reviewing TV and movies. Especially
reviewing TV and movies.
I won't allow IGN slander.
I'm just saying, I'm not a fan of IGN here in America. I'm not saying yourself, Loke. I'm saying IGN here in America. But at least IGN was right about Velma, right? And it's like this for a lot of content. The people behind it don't like it in the first place. And so they do everything to change it into something else that it isn't. And if you do, that's fine. I don't. A lot of people don't. That's just what that is, right? And so I don't understand why a person like Adam Sessler. See, I remember when ZD TV first came out, when it was GameSpot TV, then became Extended Play, then X Play. I remember all of that when it was just Adam, and then Adam and Kate Patello, and then Kate left, and then Morgan Webb came. I remember all of that. Adam Sessler was respected back then, right? This was like 2000, 99. This was in the early days of the internet still, right? And he was respected. But low-key, there was a lot of rumors about this guy from even then. Now, I'm not a person to sit there and say rumors about people, but there was things now that I see from this guy from the past couple of years. In fact, this is not a recent thing with him. He's been like this for years now, actively just talking all types of wild stuff. There's rumors about him having breakdowns. And as a person who knows a lot of people who are bipolar, who have been on and off their meds, that's a lot like what it seems like. Like he's been off his meds and now he's manic. And I tweeted a couple days ago, like, where are his family and friends to, to speak to him, to like, yo, dude, you need help. There's something's wrong with this guy. And he's just lashing out at the world. And I hope he gets the help he needs before he hurts himself, right? Because I wouldn't want to see anyone, what do you call, self-delete themselves. And I think he's on the path to that. Because I don't know what is wrong with this dude, but he went after the entire gaming community. It wasn't some, it was all of us. All of us he went after. I don't understand.
Six Layer, I'm telling you, I'm telling you, I see something in where it's like, bro needs help.
Yeah, he needs help big time.
Some Kanye stuff.
Right.
Yes. And so there's that. And there's one other aspect that I wanted to address, but it escapes my mind, so I'll just leave it at that. Adam Sessler just needs help. It's just unfortunate. Oh yes, and the last thing about all these people online who are just complete haters about stuff. I agree with Loke once again. Last year, and yet and still, we just came out of a pandemic when we were all home playing games, attacking this backlog we have, right? And we didn't scratch a dent in our backlogs. None of us did. No matter how much we played, none of us truly did.
Even if we so many games,
effort, right? Even if we had the effort and we killed off hundreds of games off our individual lists, that was a mere fraction of the backlog that we all have, right? I have a backlog that goes over 20 years. I swear to God, I am not exaggerating with that, right?
I might have tackled 2% less.
Right.
So
you're coming out as well.
Right. So to say that you have nothing to play last year, bro, get out of here. There's just these people out here who are just sitting there, who are just mad, who are just looking for drama because it brings them clicks. And there are other people in this community who see them for what they are, and we're not afraid to call them out, right? I went after, I'm not going to name no names because I'm not trying to bring no drama to this podcast, but I've went after some people. I associate with other people who are speaking up, and we feel that this is what's going on, right? And we're not trying to, and I can only speak for myself and say, it's not about platform. It's not about any of that. I've played games since before I could read, right? I learned how to read early so I could use my brother's Commodore 64 so I could play video games on it in 83 when I was 3, right? That's something I enjoy for 40 years, and I plan to enjoy it to my last day. It's supposed to be fun, but there are people out there who are just mad because other people are having fun or don't feel how they feel, or they're just trying to start drama for clicks and money. And they're really not what they claim to be. So it's just a cluster F all around, bro. When it comes to the gaming,
we're past the hour now, so we can kind of get cut loose.
Yeah, well, I'm just not in the mood for the cursing right now.
Good
I'm just
deal.
so depressed about all these people, man, who are just like, I don't know what's wrong with them, man. This is supposed to be fun. These are games. They're supposed to bring happiness, entertain you. What is wrong with you people?
I just want to share a story, a very short story. I remember saying I didn't like The Last of Us Part 2.
Mm-hmm.
And then one of my mutuals was like, yo, but I love The Last of Us Part 2 and I'm on my 3rd playthrough. I was like, dude, more power to you. Enjoy that shit. Go for it. And some random person was like, you're a weak-willed, spineless, whatever, talking to me.
Jeez.
I'm like, bro, it's not that serious.
Yeah.
I don't have to force someone.
Right.
Yeah. I'm like, dude, this the heart of what we do, because we do this because we love it. We talk about it because we love it. And if someone loves a different part of it that you don't love specifically, that is not a bad thing. We're still sharing our love for video games. I don't like 2D fighting games. But dude, you will never find, you can go on the net and go and look. You will never find one time I told someone, dude, turn that shit off and go play Tekken.
No, you'll just do that you just do that before the podcast and laugh about it.
No, man. The furthest I will go is to say, dog, unless someone pays me, I ain't playing that shit. I'm talking about me specifically, but I will never try to take the joy. I will never try to take the joy and the love and the passion that someone else has for a game that I personally don't like. So I don't understand these people. That's all I wanted to add. Sorry for cutting you off.
That's all right.
No, that was good stuff, man.
Okay. All right. Was you done, Slade?
Yep.
Well, not you, Lo. You have more?
But the other thing I wanted to say was just that, just enjoy your games, man. All this other stuff outside, man, it really doesn't matter. It really, really, really doesn't. These people are just out here for clicks and money. They don't care about you. They don't care about what you care about. They're not on your side. They're on their own pockets side. And remember that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think it goes a little bit deeper than that, because there's people that aren't into content creating, and I think it's kind of like what Ham said, was that, they want that attention brought to themselves because they want to be because they're that overly passionate, or they're that big of a troll. And it's kind of crazy to me. So let me go ahead and go to you, Sir X-Man. What is your thoughts about Adam Sessler and then just like whatever, and then this other situation where we've been talking about with just gamers just seeing like they're just not satisfied with anything? Because guarantee you, we're going to be talking about the directors, the developers direct here next. But I guarantee you, after that show is over, there's going to be Xbox gamers, not PlayStation gamers or Nintendo gamers or PC gamers, Xbox gamers that are going to swear that was mid, it wasn't good enough, there wasn't enough transparency, there wasn't the dates weren't perfect, something. They're not going to be satisfied. I guarantee you. So, what do you think about this whole situation, Sir X-Man?
I think Adam Sessler
Mhm.
has pretty much tried to be on his own persona from what he had in the past. He was supposed to be the executive producer of this new version of, X-Play and stuff like that. But it never, G4, but it never went there because he let other people overrun him instead of putting his foot down and said, this is not how it's supposed to be. So he let it get out of control. People overran him and he just started to lose it. Now, some of the things he said were some of, we gotta admit, some of it was true about, gamers and stuff like that, always complaining about things. Some of that is true, but he took it too far, and that's not the Adam Sessler we knew. We knew he was opinionated back in the day. He was very opinionated, but I think his ego needed to get put in check a long time ago because he carried himself way too far with this situation and the G4 situation. He should have clamped down, be the boss he was supposed to be, running the show. So pretty much G4, I blame it on Adam Sessler for the fail. The people you surround yourself with are the people that will help you thrive or the people that will help you fall. That's true in life to this day. So he brought this on himself, and now he's trying to make everyone else a scapegoat for his debacle. I'm done. It was quick to the point. Let's go.
All right. Okay. Well, then what about you,
That was
Viper?
one of the prettiest things I've ever heard Sir X-Man speak.
Bro,
Well,
I'm
maybe,
like,
maybe the moonshine calm him
who the
down.
fuck is this?
It was-
This ain't
it was-
Sir X-Man.
It was
Yeah.
glorious because you
Age
didn't
comes
talk very
wisdom,
much.
man.
Don't
Bravo.
don't just let them go with it
Don't
because
wake
because
the
you're provoking it.
Mogwai. Don't wake him.
Yeah,
Don't
you're
wake him.
provoking the
Go.
Mogwai. Let's not do that. He
We're
wants
not
to
gonna
eat
turn
after
into Adam
midnight.
Sessler after
We're trying to
talking
feed.
about
Yes.
We're trying to
Nvidia.
feed the Mogwai after midnight, and that's not good, guys.
Yeah,
okay?
that's
we
not
need
good.
We need to calm.
Yeah.
down.
I
because we
will
don't have
come
Miss
to
Betty.
Southern California and fuck you up. Keep talking that
Oh
shit.
my God. Okay. Anyway, like I said,
Go.
all right. So
There you go.
Viper,
There you go.
Viper.
Sir X-Men on
where
his
you at?
shit tonight. Let's go.
See,
Oh,
this
my
is why I
God.
love Sir X-Man because
No.
you don't.
You're
you
gonna
don't
get Sir
put up with
X-Man
no
muted.
shit.
What you're gonna do is you're gonna get his ass muted. So keep on. All right. So Viper, where you at? where you at on this, man? What do you think?
Okay, so thankfully I just got home while
Mhm.
Dark was going on his rant,
Ooh.
and so now I'm on a better headset and it's all quiet now. I was trying to look up what was going on in terms of what Adam Sessler said. Couldn't get a chance to, you know, get anything, online about it because I'm here trying to listen to you guys and figure out, okay, what the hell did he say? I don't know what he said. Didn't keep up with it, but from what I'm hearing, he had a meltdown. Um, so I don't know. I don't have much that I can say about it. The only thing that I can say based on the things that you guys have said is that with the community nowadays, I can see why some people will go off because with social media and with the lack of home training that some of these people have, um, people think that they can say and do whatever the hell they want to do online.
Like Dark
So,
Ottoman.
and they
Oh,
think that there is no repercussion
June
on
okay,
it.
Mega, mute his ass.
So
Oh, fuck is
basically,
this?
when you have these people who are emboldened with being anonymous online,
These people. Did
they've
you just
got
call us these people?
Who you mean these people? What do you mean?
The fuck? Can't make it get his ass out of here.
Wow.
Get down there.
Let him explain. Go ahead. Let him explain. Go
Yeah, man,
ahead.
let me speak his talk.
Yeah.
So when you've got people that are anonymous online and they want to spout off at the mouth on whatever it is that they want to spout off on, and when it pertains to their specific box, and they want to say whatever the hell they want to say and treat people like crap and mess up their entertainment, yeah, people are going to get upset and frustrated with it. And for someone who has been in the video game industry for such a long time, had a very thriving career as a games journalist, a reviewer, and then people don't want to show him any type of respect, or he's got to deal with the fanboyism. He's got to deal with so much. Yeah, I can see where he has a mental breakdown because of the ups and downs that he's had, probably more downs than ups. And then, of course, you've got the fanboys out here who just want to say and do whatever the hell they want to say. I'm not taking up for Adam Sessler because I would have done this. I would have done something similar. I don't know what he did, but if it comes to like going off on somebody, yeah, I'd probably go off on somebody because it's like I'm not putting up with your crap. I'm just gonna be straightforward and say I'm not putting up with anything that you're gonna say if you can't say it directly to my face. And if it's stupidity that you're speaking, then I don't want to hear it. So yeah, everybody has their own opinion on stuff, but when you make it that your point to make your opinion higher than someone else's opinion, or you say that you're always right, then that's a problem. And Adam Sessler is also guilty of doing some of that stuff too, because I've actually seen some interviews where he feels like he's better than other people. He feels like his opinion matters more than others. So yeah, there's a problem on his side. There's a problem on the fanboy side. Now, if you lump everybody all together as all gamers, well, that's another problem as well, because I'm not part of that group of gamers that's a problem. I know I'm not part of the problem because you don't see me out there on social media all the time trying to, raise hell and try to call out other people and this and that. No, I'm out there to have fun. So, like I said, there's something wrong with him at this point. He's a little bit old. He's a little bit washed up, and
Viper,
what?
I can't believe you got me out here defending Adam fucking Sessler.
I'm not
I
defending.
can't,
Wait,
I can't
hold
believe.
on.
Oh my God.
What do you mean? I'm not going up
No, you
against
said
him, and I'm
something
not.
that is actually it's incorrect. You said
What?
he's acting like his opinion matters more than most. Brother man,
There's been
I
times where
hate to,
he's done that.
I hate to break it to you, but people be paying this man to say whatever the hell he needs to say, to show
Mm-hmm.
up to places and speak. And no matter how you and I and everyone else on this panel and everyone in the chat feels about that, that communicates value. Right? Ain't nobody paying who something 364 on Twitter to go up on a stage and speak. I'm not saying that whatever he says is right. What I'm saying is there is tangible evidence that his opinion on video games specifically has more value, tangible value, than most people. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, so well, you and I can disagree. You and I can disagree on that. That's your opinion on that. It's not tangible proof that his opinions matter more
No,
than
his
anybody else's.
opinions do count, Viper. People do
Dude.
when he does a video game review. People pay attention to it. They really do. Because
used to count.
It's not his gaming reviews and his opinion on games that was the problem. It was his attitude towards the situation where he was in charge of running the new G4 that was the problem. Not his gaming reviews. Those were perfect when he does it by himself.
I'm
But
not talking
the other
about that.
aspect of G4 was the problem that he couldn't handle.
Okay, but did I say anything about his opinions on game reviews? No.
Actually,
I just said
you did a little bit.
no. I
You did.
said your
You
opinion.
made a blanket
I said
statement.
yes,
You made a
blanket
blanket statement.
just let me finish because y'all interrupted. Shut up. All right.
So let the man finish.
I'm saying that opinions in general. Okay, in general, because I've got an opinion, you guys have opinions, people who paid a lot of money about their opinions has opinions, but at the same time, everyone has an opinion. Your opinion does not matter more than the other person unless you can back it up with fact. Then it becomes a fact and not an opinion anymore. Okay, so if your opinion that, hey, this movie is great, okay, does it match with other people's opinion about it? Okay, fine, then it counts. But if it doesn't match with anybody's opinion on it, then we've got to find out which one is it that will match with yours. Okay, so
we could be here for hours.
Okay,
I really want to get into this with you. Seriously, I want this smoke.
Well, okay. So, all right. So, Viper, did you say the last part that you wanted to say?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
Okay, and okay, so we can have this little quick back and forth before we get into the next topic, and most likely I'll just have to drop another topic or whatever. Drop one and then just move it until next week. But I look at it from this standpoint, right? Because Adam Sessler was wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm a huge fan of the man, right? Like
Y'all are boys, huh?
What'd you say?
Y'all are boys.
Well, no, we're not boys. I'm just saying, like, I respect that era of gaming. That was the golden years of gaming to me. When you got reviews, when you had even when the game trailers, when Jeff Keighley and the Michael Pachters had his little segment, and even just going back even before that to the other guys, I can't even remember. There was when they talked about video games. They talked about them, and then they let the audience decide where they wanted to be. It all changed when the content, and even in the early years of YouTube, content creators was falling behind what the G4s and the game trailers and everything like that went. But then it started to slowly change, and then the content creators started to be more biased. And that started to get more clicks. So you got to look at it from this standpoint. And I don't know if you're going to agree with me on this one, Loke, but I would think that you would for a second, because look, you got journalists has gone to school, right? They go into it. Some of them get into the gaming thing because it seems like it's a easier way to get to a certain point to where they can propel their careers to go to where they actually really want to go.
Yeah,
other ones, what'd you say?
So they can jump to CNN or BBC.
Yeah. So or whatever, right? And then others actually care about gaming and they want to do it and make the industry thrive. And at that time, things seem wholesome. And then like when you used to get hate mail or something like that, that shit used to come to you in an article that could be edited. I mean, somebody that could look at it and scrape it out to where like an Adam Sessler or whoever don't even have to see that, right? Because there's somebody that's going in and vetting everything. It's not like that now. You get it. You can if you have your DMs on, or if you got some way that some people got access to get your emails or whatever, they're throwing hate at you. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Even if you are as objective as possible. And remember, the first time that it happened, right? And I'm not excusing Adam Sessler for what he said, but the first time that we would remember when I was like, man, this is getting serious, is when he gave better kudos to the Xbox One game lineup instead of the PlayStation 4. And there were people giving him death threats. And it was so bad that Adam Sessler and Morgan Webb and them had to address it on G4. And then I think that was the first set. So now, no, I've heard the rumors too about he has nervous breakdown. I've even heard
about that. Oh my God.
And remember, he had to address that, like
on TV,
on TV, like, and now you never heard anything like that. You're like, what? And then just think about the whole situation where it goes even further to where the prisoners or the crazy people own take control of the asylum. So now you go into, Adam Sessler jumps into Rev 3 Games, which is another show that I used to watch heavily. And then I remember there was the brown-headed dude with the glasses. He was a PC guy. And I never, in anything, when they had like any game-related shows or anything, never heard anybody just come out and say, I don't like something. You should stay away from it. It's garbage. And that was the guy when they were all sitting at the table with Tara Reid and all the rest of them. And they would have like every Friday, they would have these conversations. And dude just went off on Xbox One saying it was the worst piece of garbage console. It's better for anybody just to get the PlayStation 4 is not that much better, but at least it has games. And it's better for everybody to get a PC. That was his exact words. And I could not believe it. I just like, what? And everybody looked at him like, dang. And then, people kind of laughed it off, but I never heard that before. Now you hear that from an Angry Joe or something like that when he switched over from 360 to PlayStation, but that's a different type of situation because he's a content creator. He sees where the money was flowing, and that's where he's going to go, right? But this was different when you had people like that doing it. And then all of a sudden, here comes the media. IGN wasn't like what IGN is now. GameStop wasn't what it was because GameStop was my favorite over everything. IGN and
GameSpot?
GameSpot, yeah. GameSpot and IGN was my favorite place to go look at game reviews and things like that. It wasn't objective. Everything is objective now because content creators is the one that runs this industry now when it comes to content. And so therefore so they're just following suit. Where it all went wrong is when Adam Sessler and whoever they talked to decided to come back and do the television thing again. It's dead. It will not come back. Maybe not ever come back again, but you know how things change. But it might not be in our lifetime when they bring back another like game trailers and G4 and all that stuff again. And then on top of that, people are just too objective now to even, because if you could say, I love Ghost of Tsushima, because I've said that, right? I love Ghost of Tsushima, right? But then I'll say, I'm not a fan of The Last of Us 2. Oh, you hate PlayStation. This is why nobody don't listen to you. You X fraud, you X this, you X slave, blah, 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 blah. What? I just told you I love Ghost of Tsushima. What are you talking about? Yeah.
You're supposed to worship at the altar of PlayStation.
Right. You're supposed to, and some people with Xbox as well. Don't get it wrong. Don't get it twisted. Yeah. So and Nintendo. So I mean, it's a crazy situation. And on the last part of this is that what makes it all bad is that I do think a lot of journalists look, because it happened at E3. I seen it where the journalists, because they felt they've worked off, where they did the hard work to go to school, do this, and then they got a content creator that sat on their ass, probably lost their job, and now they got 100,000 views. 100,000 followers, and they ripping, getting paid, and they got a crew. And they are more popular than those journalists. Those journalists, that's why those journalists didn't want those content creators to even be around them, because they're like, we're working hard doing this. We're over here scraping to come up with the money to do what we're doing, and your ass just hop your happy-go-lucky ass on here, and now you're just taking it all. You're just taking off. Everybody acknowledging you, but nobody don't know me from anything because I'm just holding the camera for the person that's on TV. So yes, there's a lot of journalists that looks at content creators a totally different way. Not all. There's some, I mean, but in the sense of things, when you look at it, when somebody works harder than you, and then that other person just comes in and just gets the easy way in and then gets in, and then that's it. Some people are going to be pissed off about it. Some people are going to hate it. I mean, it's just the way life is, but that's just the way it is. So again, I could see where Adam Sessler feels, because everybody is so negative, and they just constantly berate, talk, and they could just say whatever they want to. So he lost it. He completely lost it. That was it. Because like I said, he's an older man. He's definitely been talking some crazy shit, because he's throwing politics into it, because he's, we on the same wavelength politic wise. I'm a Democrat. I get it. I understand it. But there is no reason for me to be throwing my politics into gaming just because, whatever. That's just ignorant. You don't do that. And then just saying like, I'm not a gamer compared to what, because to that aspect, I understand what he's trying to say, but it still sounds ridiculous, because he's trying to say, look, I play games, I do this, but I'm not like what the gaming community is now. And it's still not coming right. And then he did another interview not too long ago with these two guys, and it was all because they wanted him to go up there and have a meltdown, and he did, and that got them big ratings, and that's just more hate and divisiveness for him. So I agree with Ham and everybody else. The man has got the man is at the end of his rope. He needs help.
So
And
K-Mega said the same thing that I said, just had more time to expand on it without getting interrupted, and y'all jumped down my throat.
Because K-Mega's the host. That's why. You get jumped on your toe. That's what.
Shut up.
Well, if what you were saying made any sense, then we're doing all right.
Shit. Lord. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. So do you before we move on to the next topic, do you guys agree with me and Viper, since Viper says he
Yeah, man. I mean, I absolutely agree with you. I think
okay, so Viper,
I think it's just, we live in a time where people just want, to be seen by everything and everyone, right? They just they have no there's no pride in or heart in what a lot of people do nowadays. Like there are still some people that are out there. I'm not saying that.
No, there's some
like
very
that,
hard working content creators out there. You know what I'm saying?
Are.
I mean, they deserve those accolades.
But then there's also those ones that are very prevalent, that are very like they're not like that, right? They're very just I'm gonna give you just the crap of the crap just to give you.
Like that Don guy, right?
Smut. I was just about to mention it.
Oh my God, that Don KTR.
I can't diss a fellow white man.
Like oh my God. I can.
How you doing?
K-Mega's like, I can't.
Super chat came in.
Doing okay. I don't know what's this implosion I hear here going on.
Let me get this. DJ Birdo Das, what's up with you, bro? He said, Miss Patty, Miss Patty, Miss Patty, man, yo, Miss Patty
in the house.
We definitely need Miss Patty back.
We need Miss Patty back, man. We're gonna have to get in touch with her. So. And Thrash, listen. You are a hard worker, but you like to get into the smut, and you know what I'm saying, and that, and I really wanted to work with what you was going on. I mean, I had my surgery and stuff, and I really thought about it. But then when you was telling me like, well, I got to work with this individual, and I'm not, because I made it clear I ain't doing that. So it wasn't personal towards you.
Support what he was doing too, but it was
I thought what he was doing was fantastic.
But
but you know what I'm saying, when you said I had to do this and he had to contact this, I'm not. No, I made it clear to that individual I ain't dealing with him until there's a one-on-one, face-to-face conversation. That's it.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
No. King Thrash did this this really cool thing where he got all these this Game Awards thing, where people who didn't like what gave their opinion on the games that should have won, stuff like that. He got the community, like PlayStation, Xbox, Nintendo.
Did any of this have to do with God of War?
I mean, that sounds cool. I mean, that sounds like it would have been a cool thing.
Well, no, he did it. I thought he already did it.
Did he do it already?
Yeah. So but you know what I'm saying, and I wanted to be a part of it, but then he would start saying, this one person says, well, they, I was like, oh yeah, no, I'm out.
Was that the guy that
surgery.
Kicked you out or something that day?
No.
No, that was a different guy. That was a fake Xbox dude.
Is he not an Xbox guy anymore? Because I don't keep up with him.
No, he's an Xbox guy.
Okay. Because I didn't know. I don't know. They switch up there. So
but we'll do things first opportune. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah. But anyway, but let's move on, man. Finally, okay. So timestamp for me, Yobi, because look, we were way. But I love this conversations on that. So anyway, but let's talk about the developer direct.
we
And
got a developer in the panel.
right, I think that's why Don just hopped himself in there, or you know, what I'm saying he was just bored, or I don't know what's going
No,
on.
I just thought this was like a mess. I see Dark Scrotum in here. And,
I mean,
Dark
hey,
Scrotum.
no, listen. Can you really
shit.
call
We
him
got
a
Don
developer
coming
when he
out
hasn't
going,
had any games released yet? Like, he doesn't have any games released yet. He doesn't have any games released yet.
God.
Come on
That's
now.
fine.
What are you talking about?
God. Oh my God!
You heard me. You heard me, sir.
You talking about me?
Yeah, he
Yeah,
said,
I'm talking about you.
He said none of your games was released
Listen,
yet.
I have more content.
He said the
in
Don
games
got
than
no
you have
games.
than you have content in movies.
Oh my
Very clear about that one.
I mean, we could go bar for bar on that.
Matter of fact, I will even argue in the next 4 or 5 years, I probably will have more content in movies than you will.
Man.
I want to show Dawn versus the Dark. Oh, yeah.
That's good. Yeah, you know how I love white on white crime. So now I'm just playing. All right, let's go. Anyway, let's get to it. So let's go. Let me go to. I want to go to you first on this one, Slayer. Your thoughts about this? Are you excited about this? What game really got your attention out of the games that we know that's going to be shown at the direct? That you just can't wait to see and know about.
So the thing about that is, first off, Redfall until very recently I thought was just another game like Left 4 Dead, and I've said many times I'm way done with zombies in everything. Just so goddamn much. I just can't deal with it anymore. And also, like the end of the world, vibe with the whole zombie thing. I just can't deal with that, right? So Redfall at first, I just wasn't interested at all. I know a lot of people were, but I wasn't.
Listen closely, Loke. Listen closely, Loke.
Until I found out that the developer he made it more clear. It's more about it's more like what you call Far Cry and other games like that. And the whole time too, I was thinking before I had heard that, I'm like, this is Arcane. This is not. It can't just be a Left 4 Dead type of game. But zombies, I'm just so beyond tired of zombies. So I didn't care to investigate more up until I read the headlines the other day. Like, oh, okay. So I'm focused on that. I definitely want to see Forza. So to answer your question most directly, I want to see Forza. And the last thing I want to say, I can answer this so quickly, is that even though Starfield is not going to be there, I didn't expect it to be there. I expected it to have its own showcase or whatever, and indeed, that's what's gonna happen. It's just like, duh, that's the biggest one of all of them. This is Todd Howard's baby. He's been working on this. All the games that he's released up to this point were in preparation for this. This is his magnum opus. This is what he always wanted to do. So of course, that's gonna get its own time to shine and be shown off and explained and detailed. I'm sure they'll show off some content, the games, some gameplay, and then they'll sit down with some folks or something like that. They'll do this whole thing for that game alone, right? But most importantly, to answer your question most directly, I'm waiting on Forza because I'm waiting to see that in 4K, 120 hertz with all the HDR and all the fanciness, and especially to see it also on the PC because I'm planning to buy a 4090. I built a new PC in March. I just need that 4090 to put it all together, right? So it could be that monster machine that I seal up and just not replace anything for like the next 8 years or whatever. I don't care what comes out after that point. For like 8 years or so, I'm just not going to upgrade at all and not care. So I want to see Forza Horizon run at its utmost best, and that's the game I'm looking forward to the most.
Okay, all right, Sir X-Man. What are you excited for on the Developers Direct?
You already know, K-Mega. You might as well tell them, baby. You might
Let's
as well
go,
tell them.
man. It's that
Forza, baby. Forza,
baby.
Forza, baby.
Let's
Forza.
go.
You know I'm ready to download that to my PC and get busy. And I know Don got him a rig now for racing games, so I know he ready to go with it too, baby. Forza.
I don't got a room though.
You'll figure. I know you. You'll figure it out before the game come out, Don. I know you will. But yeah, it's Forza, dude. I want to see it in all its glory, man. I might have to go get me a widescreen to play it and just get rid of the triple screens for a minute.
Oh,
Let them be monitors for something else while I'm doing it, man. But it's got to be Forza, man. It's got to be Forza.
Okay, no tell. I'm not even going to ask what would you do with those monitors, especially. I don't trust it.
Like I said, I'd probably set them up for other viewing for like for streams and stuff like that.
Other viewing.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I didn't want to ask too many questions about.
And if I'm gonna get me one of them wide, what do you call them? The ones that spread and circumference around you. What do you call them again?
Are you talking about woman or are you talking about?
No, right. He said spread circumference.
Well, you know I like my women like that too, but still, But ultra wide. This curved. I want an ultra wide curve.
I still can't tell if he's talking about his girl or
right.
And
I think he's talking about Nurse Patty.
And they have a 47-inch curved out there by Jesus. That's like about $1,600.
Oh, he talking about Jesus. Oh my God.
I got Jesus monitors now. I love Jesus monitors.
Oh my God. Okay.
Like
he got that straight out of Mexico.
Y'all doing too much, man. Oh man, y'all doing too much.
But I'm ready. I'm ready to use my shifter. I ordered a 7-speed shifter from Fanatec.
You are.
So I'm gonna be ready to go, man.
He said he's ready to use that shifter. Y'all, Don, how do you gonna come in here and start getting messy? What is this? That's funny as hell.
Doc just hating because he ain't got that second job to afford this stuff.
It's not even Dark. It's Don that's over here being messy. That's what's
I
funny.
know. Why is it me always? It's always me.
Both me and Don ready to roll and use these wheels and pedals we got, man. We ready.
Oh man.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay, got you.
Don't hate the players, man.
Hate the game.
Ain't that right, Don?
Hey man, I don't refer to women as ultra wide.
So you know.
Oh man. Anyway, so Ham Solo. What about you, bro? What is the most anticipated game? And people in the chat, please let me know as well. What is the game that you anticipating the most out of there? Because I haven't heard nobody say anything about Minecraft Legends. I mean, that is one of the biggest games in the world.
Yeah, for the kids, man.
I'm just saying. I have not heard that from I have not heard anybody talk about Minecraft Legends. So I don't know. So Ham, will you be the one that say that Minecraft Legends is the one for you?
You gotta be out of your goddamn mind if you think I'm gonna. That's my most exciting game for my daughter. All right, how about that?
Okay.
How about
By
that?
proxy.
Give it.
You love that game by proxy, Ham Solo.
Sure. Yeah.
Whatever. Sure. We ain't paying him no mind.
No.
Go ahead, Ham.
No, but I don't listen to people in Texas. They're wild.
Oh man.
Yeah, they like the Dallas Cowboys. So.
Yeah, I know.
Fuck the Cowboys.
Anyways. No, I'm most excited. Man, it's a real toss-up between like I'm gonna be honest with myself. It's Redfall that I'm most excited for to see to see there. But I tell you what's been really really been like getting me thinking. Like, man, this game might end up being just like the bee's knees that I got to really play, and that's Forza Motorsports. It looks fantastic, and I mean, as I told you previously in other episodes of GRG, I've been playing like some GT7 and stuff like that. So I can't wait to compare and contrast these two games and really just give my thoughts about it. Yeah, that's where I'm at. And I really hope to see some games that just some stuff to look out for. It doesn't even need like release dates exactly on all of them. But I'd just like to hear like be ready later on this year to hear more about this game or something like that. Or I don't know. I'm really keeping my expectations low for this and expecting to get and expecting to get surprised by just something really cool. Because I'm already expecting Redfall to be there because they said it, Forza to be there because they said it. I don't care about Minecraft, but yeah, I'm very excited to see this. But I do that with everything, K-Make, just to be honest. I keep my expectations low for everything, just so I can get surprised later. That's just the way I work.
All right. So before I go to let's see who will be next, probably Loke. But before I get to Loke, let me go ahead because it seemed like King Thrash wants to get some attention. So let me go ahead and read this. He said, this show shouldn't even happen. No Fable, no State of Decay, nothing on the Rare game, no Perfect Dark, no Hellblade. All these games were announced before Redfall, Starfield, Minecraft Legends. Okay, so
Why
all
are you
I'm going to
giving him
say,
this energy in the first place?
well, no, because only pushback I'm going to say on this, and then we finna go to Loke, is just that, like, look, for every time that you say that, I wonder, did you have that same energy when there was PlayStation showcases that for games that you was already anticipating? And you know how, like, the PlayStation community, just like the Xbox community, they go out there and they have all these crazy expectations of what a show is going to be like, and then PlayStation gives you their 15 to 30 minutes, and it's nothing of what you expect. So how is it that you expect Xbox to have a E3-like show, and when PlayStation does their showcase, it's nothing like that until the game is close to being at launch? I don't get that. These games were announced, and I think that they should be there. So anyway, but
Don't worry,
thanks for the
nigga.
comment.
He just volcano in.
No. Okay. Anyway, so so Logan, what do you think, man? What is the game that you mostly anticipating for the directors from the developers direct?
Midfall.
What?
He said
oh, he said midfall. Okay, so hold on, wait a minute. Let me get this right. That is your most anticipating.
That's why they said that about
midfall.
Yeah, he don't make no sense. I'm telling you.
Okay, so you anticipating this game? That's the game that's going to get that you're garnered all your energy for, but then you call it mid. Didn't we just have a conversation last topic about
this?
Make
it make sense.
Anyway,
Make it make
sense.
Yeah.
I have a $10 bet. I have a $10 bet with Ham Solo.
Oh man, you've been losing those bets here lately. So I mean,
I haven't actually.
Really?
My bank account is proof of that. Anyway,
Was
I have
it
a
-0
bet.
or something? What?
I have a $10 bet with Ham Solo that Redfall will not be in the top 10 most played first-person shooters on Steam.
You didn't say top 10. You moving the bet now. You said it'd be
he
dead.
Does that, man.
You said it'd be dead in a year.
Man, you gotta
That's
get
what
that, man. You gotta get him live.
The last time we spoke, we agreed that it was too vague to say it'll be dead. And then I said it wouldn't be in the top 10 most played games. And then I even lowered the bar even lower when I said, no, let's make it top 10 most played first person games. It will have an even better chance. And then
I don't remember having all these weird like side steps. I really don't remember it.
And I saw the show y'all today. He didn't say nothing like that.
No, that didn't happen today, Sir X-Man. You need to go and watch the previous shows.
So Redfall is the game that you anticipating. So that, but you still think it's going to be mid.
I saw my $10.
Okay. So all right. So that, so other than just your $10, is there anything else on the show that's sparking your interest?
Forza. I mean, it's the best simulation racing game on the planet.
Absolutely.
I mean, Forza has the best simulation racing game, the best arcade, the second best arcade game after Need for Speed Unbound came out.
Yeah. Come on now, don't do that. Unbound is great. Unbound is great, but it ain't no Forza 5. The Forza Horizon 5. Come on now, don't do that.
Of course,
the motorsport.
Horizon 5 is good. Unbound is legendary. So yeah, that's what I'm looking forward to. Forza.
It's not legendary though.
It's good. It's great.
It's really good, but it's not legendary.
The original Most Wanted is legendary, not Unbound.
Well, no, Unbound it's gotten back to the recipe of where Need for Speed needs to go. I mean, I think that it's a phenomenal game. I'm loving the fact that Need for Speed is now actually in the road competing, because I liked Heat, but now Unbound is taking it to the next step, and now hopefully that they keep this formula, because the game looks absolutely amazing, and then the story is. I'm not nowhere, because you beat it. I haven't beat it yet. I mean, because I'm on my Witcher kick right now, but that's going to be the next game I jump on to afterwards. After I get done with The Witcher. So, yeah. But
so
I'm happy I got it.
Forza.
The end is lackluster as hell.
Is it? Oh,
sorry.
I'll just be there for the racing though. You know what I'm saying? Get my cars up. All right. Okay, cool. So let's move on. Because this really ain't a topic to really just kind of dwell on. So Viper, where are you at? What's the most anticipated game for you, brother?
Well, it's between Forza and Redfall. Redfall because it's a new IP, and Forza because I just want to see how much better than GT that it'll be. That on-track ray tracing while driving. And then yes, I'll be playing it on the PC too on my 3090 Ti. So yeah.
All right. No doubt. All right. So let's I see. Okay, let me get Sirx right there. He says Logue needs to stop the cap. Okay. That man.
Facts.
Yes. Goblin, we back. He said, whoop, I'm following. He says, off work finally. Evening, GRG. What's going on with you, Goblin?
Sleepy.
Yeah,
Goblin,
what's happening with you, brother?
First in the chat.
He's usually first, but he said he just got off work finally, man. So he was working late. So, but it was good to have you on, brother. All right. So Dark, is there anything? I mean, I know you are PlayStation resident now. So, you know what I'm saying? What
Lord.
What's going on?
You think I'd be excited for something like this? Come on, man.
We know better. We know
Come
better.
on, dude. Come on, man. I ain't excited for this crap. It's just Xbox, it's just the third place, game company over there, just plugging away. No, honestly.
Let go of King Thrash's pants, bro. God, man.
Honestly, man, I'm not really excited for anything because I've already seen enough of all this stuff. I mean, I'm really only gonna watch it just to see, other people's reactions to it and see people's enjoyment out of seeing the games get a release date. I think it's really just them kind of showing off. They're going to show off the games, but they're also going to give release dates for the games. So that's always a good thing. I mean, it's just I'm not like, oh my god, I can't wait for this. I'm just kind of like, oh, okay, cool.
Okay. All right. Cool.
I was like, I'm done.
My bad. I was talking to my wife. I was talking to my wife.
A super chat.
I just read it. Is it
There's another one.
Where is it? Oh my God. Okay. All right. Dark. Stop the cap. Okay.
Thank you.
Sir X-Men, you're already on the show, man. You don't have to pay K Mega to be on the show, bro. Like,
wait a second. Was it Sir X-Men's chat?
Yeah, it's Sir X-Men.
You need to cut the cap, Sir X.
He does it with Bot all the time. So I mean, look, I can't get over that. I didn't ask for it, but
Sir X,
because he's already on the show. He's not on that show.
Hey, Mega, my boy, I gotta support him. Unlike you other ingrates.
That is true. Man. That is true. That is true. But anyway, but no.
Correct. Sir X-Man does not support.
I support him by being here, okay?
Wow. Anyway.
I mean, you annoy us by being here. I mean,
oh my God. Anyway, King Thrash did say that he was disappointed in the PlayStation, the PlayStation's like their little things, but and some of our God of War. What he
Same
said,
here.
He said, yes, I showed my disappointment when Sony had no God of War for 2021, but other than that, Sony already dropped 11 games plus announced 30 for the next year. It's not about Sony, it's about Xbox. Yeah, well, I mean, the point of the matter is that look, Xbox is delivering what they said that they're delivering. And if you want to say that it's a problem for them to have delays, then I mean, the only thing that I could do is just give you a counteract on the console that you cap for the most. So I mean, it's just, you know what I'm saying? Because I mean, look, delays happen, and so what? Xbox shouldn't have delays. I mean, especially if they're trying to get their games out.
I don't think they should have any delays for the games that are going to be announced on the 25th. They shouldn't have any delays for those.
No.
On the 25th.
Yeah,
absolutely not. Any other games that come out this year that they say that are coming out this year and they give a release date for it, they should not have any delays on. because I think it's going to look bad on them.
Oh
But
no, that would be a problem. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't have this event and then all of a sudden, well, because we're gonna be talking about Ubisoft here, and so here, matter of fact, well, that'll be the last topic, but yeah, because we got to talk about this Nvidia and joining Sony and Google thing next here. But I definitely no, that would be a fail. That would be asinine. You do not show these games unless you know that these games are coming out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that has to be like, look, we know these games are coming out. We got to do that, because then what you do is that you gave the gamers the transparency that people have been asking for, but then now you give them that anxiety that a lot of people have because they feel like the floor is going to fall from underneath them because they're trying to be excited for the 2023. So that's it. Now the only thing that I can see that's a pass is, like, for instance, if they show Starfield and then Starfield gets delayed until the end of the year or something like that instead of being a first whatever, like that could be just moving something for something else to come in its way. Maybe like they'll finally see that.
I mean, if they have to delay anything, don't delay it to next year, right?
No, nothing that's supposed to
if
be.
If you delay it, maybe delay it a couple months or something like that, or
a couple
maybe
of months is fine. But yeah,
a month or so or whatever. But if you delay it past beyond 2024, I think it will look bad.
Oh no, that ain't no thing to look bad at all. That would be atrocious. So you know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna throw a monkey wrench in this whole thing here. You remember how they said it was originally supposed to be November of last year? What if they delayed it till November of this year?
That's fine. That's okay. That's fine, right? I mean, that's okay because it's within this year, right?
Yeah, but it was supposed to be within.
But I'm saying
it was supposed to be within the year of from E3 to E3. That's what it was supposed to be.
Yeah, it was supposed to be that. Yes, but I think as long as the games come out this year, it'll be okay. If they come out, if they get delayed and they say, "Oh, it's coming out in 2024," that's gonna look bad.
Yeah, that'd be a bad.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, I agree. It needs to come out this year, but like, to be honest, if it gets delayed a couple months or whatnot, I ain't gonna lie, I got so much shit to.
And then there's gonna be so much shit that's gonna be coming. So it's like, no, I'm cool. Like, because Starfield is probably the biggest game next to me. Thinking now, unless Hellblade 2 comes out this year, Hellblade 2 is going to be my most anticipated game. But
they have before the next E3 came mega to put this game out, so they got time. They never put a date, so
no. Well, I know that. That's the whole reason why, like, for these games that they got right now that they're talking about, give us the, give us the dates, and then let the ones that's going to complain, let them complain. But then for everybody else, we're going to be cool, and then we'll budget accordingly. But anyway, let's move on. Who else is left? I think it's Don. I think Don's the last one. So out of those games, I really shouldn't be asking you, but you might surprise me. It might be Minecraft Legends. So which the most anticipated game for you? You never know. Him and his wife be streaming and stuff now, so you never know, man.
Yeah, there's an audience for that stuff, right?
Yeah.
I think people are kind of missing what this actually is, to be honest with you.
Okay.
What's in March? Does everyone know what's in March for gaming related?
Speculated Forza.
It happens every year. Almost every year.
You mean like third party, or are you just talking about
just gaming related?
Oh, GDC.
Gaming related. I mean, we know that Jedi's
no
Star Wars Jedi.
Gaming related.
He's talking about an event.
GDC.
No, you mean like
GDC,
oh, you mean
GDC is in March, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I don't care about that event.
No, you should care, because I think this event is somewhat tied to it to some degree. I think this is GDC for the gamer, if you think about it, right? These cover a lot of the subjects and the topics. It's in the title. It says Game Developers Direct. So there's the developer teams that are going to be addressing the gaming audience, you guys. And these are things that are probably going to be talking at GDC as well. But this is probably a form factor that makes sense for, I would say, the average gamer, that instead of basically having a message like you typically have GDC and you have most gamers kind of take that stuff out of context.
Comic-Con
right?
comes out around then too, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, but my point is, a
Comic-Con
lot of
comes
things
out in
come out of
July.
GDC, and a lot of gamers don't understand it. Pretty common, right? So they'll misquote things, they'll mislabel things, they'll use it
Yeah.
in arguments in the ether out there. I think this is Microsoft's attempt to get ahead of that. So it's a combination of, hey, let's show this stuff that's where it's ready. Let's show some stuff that we're going to be talking at GDC, but in a form factor that's for you guys, from the developers direct. I think that's what this is, in regards to that. So it's kind of a little bit of an early preview. It makes sense if you think about Forza. Like, they have a new engine, they have a lot of stuff to talk about, right? Look at a lot of the other stuff. It's games as a service type stuff. So it's about how they're probably going to be approaching that sort of stuff. So this is, I think, just kind of to whet the palate of the gamers that have been asking for stuff, but the same token also kind of trying to get ahead. And this is something Microsoft's always had a hard time with their messaging on this sort of stuff in regards to it before another big event like GDC.
That makes a lot of sense. I didn't even think of it that way, and I couldn't remember what the name of that event was. But yeah, because I mean, of course, if you want to go back and see what was the most popular for gamers who don't really pay attention to GDC, was the Mark Cerny, announcing the PlayStation 5 and then talking about the speeds of the SSDs, the Kraken. So so that
I saw Hellblade firsthand at GDC.
Right.
Before it came out, and we were talking about it like
Yes.
on next podcast, and people are saying, "Look, what was the game to look out for?" I'm like, "Look out for them. This is
Yeah, look
before
out for
Xbox
Hellblade.
acquired
Yep.
them. This is before they released it exclusively on PlayStation, timed, right? It was before all that sort of stuff. So this
Was
is
it still called? Was it? I thought it wasn't it called something else.
it was
before it
called
got
Hellblade, but I think a lot of
Okay.
Xbox guys were kind of dismissive of it because they knew it was like exclusive to the PlayStation, and it wasn't like a first party Sony thing. So it was just kind of this weird game that fell in the cracks. This also was lower budget. People don't think of that game as a lower budget now, right?
Right.
But it's still a lower budget for what they were producing, all that sort of stuff. So it's but regardless, I think these are the topics they want to cover before GDC. And then there's more stuff they're going to want to talk about during E3, in regards to that. And I don't think the format probably would have worked for the Game Awards. So this is the format they felt like it would work, for this sort of thing. So, and then I expect a lot of developers to be talking, techno, stuff about all their products or all the technical aspects of it, but from a gamer's perspective. At least that's what they're going to try, I would imagine.
Are you going to GDC, Don?
I don't think I'm doing any traveling this year. I'm gonna just double down and keep investing into what I'm working on, and then next year I think I'll be going to a lot of things. GDC being one of them.
Okay.
All right. Okay. My wife come home late, over here saying her hair all smutted out. I was like, okay, is this what you do? But she brings me some clothes, so I guess that's the trade off.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, they can't hear that.
We actually did hear it, bro.
You heard? What'd you
We
hear?
hear K-Mega talking
about her bringing you clothes and stuff.
Well, yeah, and I said that, so you could hear what I said. I was over there joking, and so therefore, and then she rolled her eyes at me, and then of course, but she dropped the sack, and so then y'all heard that. Anyway, so for me, it's definitely Forza. That's going to be is my most anticipated, but I am intrigued by Redfall. Redfall, when they said that it was going to be like, when they said it was going to be like Borderlands instead of like Left 4 Dead, I said, okay, I'm in on it. I'm in on it because I've now become a big fan of Borderlands after playing Borderlands 3, and really enjoyed that game. So, and it was kind of crazy because I didn't enjoy the Borderlands before that because I tried to give it a shot. At that time, just wasn't feeling it, but yeah, no.
Well, at that time, you wasn't playing with other people online either.
No, yeah, I wasn't online gaming at that time. So yeah, so that wasn't what I was doing. So yeah, so you're right. But anyway, that's my most anticipated game. But let's keep it moving. because I cannot wait to hear you guys' thoughts about this. This is wild. This is our main topic for tonight. And that is Google, the mighty Google, and Nvidia has joined forces with Sony, and they are trying to go to the FTC. Well, they're not trying to. They're going to the FTC, saying that they are concerned about the situation with the ABK deal. Now listen, I mean, I know some people that the ABK deal thing is gotten on their nerves, but this is true soap opera stuff. Like every week, it never fails. Something new happens. One minute you think like, oh man, Xbox is golden, everything is all right. Then the next minute you're like, man, what's going on? It is the most craziest situation ever. Now, a lot of people has been asking, why is the reason why Nvidia is jumping in on this, and a lot of people got us, and especially after Google and their situation with Stadia. I can't wait to hear what you guys think. I mean, I got my theories on a couple of things. So let's go ahead and get it started. Let me go ahead and go straight to Ham Solo on this one first. What's going on here? Why is Nvidia and Google jumping on board with Sony to try to get the FTC to try to stop this deal? Like, I mean, and does it have any merit at this point? Like, can the FTC is not as powerful as the CMA or the EU, so you would think that they would go towards them, but they're going towards the FTC. So does this have any standing? Could something happen behind this? Could this put a monkey wrench in the deal?
Well, first of all, I want to say, like, who knows what's going on behind the scenes? Maybe Nvidia seeing that this is like their way of, being able to quickly get in there and say something and, have, their point get across. But I mean, thinking about what Nvidia has, I mean, they got GeForce Now, right?
Yeah.
So so that is, that can be used as a streaming service and whatnot. So Nvidia is pretty much kind of doing the PC version of what PlayStation's what PlayStation's doing, except on like not as I'd say probably not as grand or as frustrated as maybe PlayStation is. They just more or less want to make sure that they are still able to have access to this stuff. Which to me is kind of weird that they do this to try to make sure that happens. But hey, I feel like maybe they're seeing something that we're not, and they figure, this is the time to hop on that bandwagon and possibly keep things a little bit more easier to work with them and Activision directly, instead of having to go through Microsoft and through all that stuff to figure it out. And then on top of it, not only are they going through Microsoft, but they're going through their competitor pretty much, right? So I get why, but at the same time, it's just like I feel like they would be fine if they just tried to work things with Microsoft. But hey, I don't own Nvidia, so I have no idea. That's just my thoughts on it.
Okay, all right. What about you, Dark? What do you think, man? I mean, I know we talked a little bit about this on Next Podcast last night, but I mean, did you get any more information, or have you kind of changed your thoughts on things? What is this about? Uh-oh.
Did Dark Artemis leave?
They got him finally. Oh no.
They get him?
Or probably his PlayStation connection.
Oh.
He's not going to have any streaming services.
Ethernet. I told him to get that Ethernet, but he don't want to. Hey. Hard head, soft ass.
He's still there.
Sorry, I'm back.
Oh, okay. Oh, well, maybe he's fixing him a sandwich or something. Maybe he had to go to these bathrooms. You know what I'm saying? Look, because the max, GRG from here on out.
Hey, K-Mega, you already know. Anytime we talk about this Activision deal, it makes the phone get nervous. They got to pee.
We're not this year in 2023, baby. 3 hours or less. We ain't playing no more on that. We ain't no more 4-hour podcast, Jack.
But what was the question?
Was basically about why is Nvidia and Google because we talked a little bit about this on next podcast last night. Why do you think that they're in pursuit of trying to stop this deal now, and didn't say anything beforehand when they may have had a better opportunity, and why they ain't speaking to the EU, but they're talking to the FTC, in which the FTC has the weakest case? What is your thoughts behind all this?
I think it's just to be honest, I think it's just Google still sees Microsoft as a competitor, right? Like, and then Nvidia looks at. I don't even know why Nvidia is even involved in it, because they know that they're gonna be okay with getting Call of Duty.
Exactly. That's what I was
it's
saying
just
too. Like, I don't understand why
like
they need to do this.
yeah, it just that one just doesn't make sense. But I think the Google thing, I think it's just they see them as competitors. So what do you do when you see somebody as a competitor? You go with their other competitor, right? Usually, friend of what's the saying? A friend of my
A friend of
enemy
my
is
enemy is something like that.
yeah
Yeah,
is,
I know what
yeah
you're talking
is my friend.
about.
And it's just it's just I think I just think that I think that Google's just like they realize that they failed with Google Stadia, so they're just trying to almost it's almost as if they're trying to stay relevant, but it's like you
Trying to
guys
say they embarrassed.
yeah, it's like but they're embarrassing themselves even more now, right? With them trying to come out and stop this, right? I mean, I get why they're doing it. I don't really understand why Nvidia is doing it. I'm not really clear on that one. Um, it makes no sense to me. Um, it's kind of like okay, that you do realize that like I mean, for the most part, Nvidia makes what graphics cards. For the most part. I mean, I know they make other stuff
And
too.
they're streaming, yeah. But
Yeah, they
okay,
make other
so
stuff too. I know they do other stuff too. And I think that's what, that's probably what it is that they have that streaming service that they have, and they're afraid that Call of Duty's gonna go just to Game Pass and nowhere else, right? Like, it's just I don't think that's how Microsoft's trying to work anymore. I don't think Microsoft's trying to do that anymore. Um, when it comes to with certain games, yes, but with games like that, like Call of Duty, they know that that game turns a profit on everything when that game comes out, right? That's why they made the deal with Nintendo to put Call of Duty on Nintendo, because Nintendo hasn't had a Call of Duty in how many years, right? Like
it's been a
it's been a
minute,
long
Since like the
time
Wii,
long
right?
time, yeah.
since the Wii U. Actually, they actually had I think two games for the Wii U. I think they had Call of Duty Black Ops 2, and I think they also had I know they had Black Ops 2, but I also think that they had Ghost as well.
Yeah, I believe it was
I'm not
those two.
too sure on Ghost, but I know Black Ops 2 they had for sure. So I think they just, I think that's probably what Nvidia's main issue is the whole streaming stuff. I mean, I get it. It all comes down to money, right? Like everything always comes down to money, and you know, whatever they can do to stop a company from putting it on, or whatever they can do to stop Microsoft from putting Call of Duty on Game Pass is beneficial to them, right? Just is. Even if you don't like it, even if you think it's shady, it's what's in the best interest for their company and how they feel for their what they want to um um you know tackle this situation. Uh, Me personally, I me, I could care less about the ABK deal. I really
Right.
don't care. For the simple fact that I I I'm really just sick and tired of Call of Duty. I will say I did like Overwatch 2, but that kind of became stale after a while. I know they have a ton of IPs that are dormant that haven't been out yet, or they haven't come out in years, and I just don't know if if um, if Xbox doesn't get them, if ABK will be in a good state after this deal either goes through or doesn't go through. If it goes through, I think they'll be in a better state than what they are. If it doesn't go through, I don't know what state they'll be in terms of creating games. They'd probably just be making Call of Duty and almost that's it, right? Except for whatever comes from Blizzard, and that's it. And then the King will have their Candy Crush, stuff that they keep going with for eons. And that'll be it. Yeah, I think if Microsoft actually does get ABK, I think that we'll see. I think we'll definitely see some of those games that are dormant come to fruition, because especially if Phil Spencer or any of the people that are on the Xbox side absolutely adored some of those games, we'll probably see them, right? Like, I mean, no one ever thought we'd ever see Vince ever again. And then what happened in the Xbox One era? They made a remaster of it, right? So because Phil Spencer loved that game, right? So I could see some of those games possibly being made if it does go through.
All right. I wonder, can y'all hear my soundboard?
No, we can't hear it. No.
Okay. But I got some news for you guys. I wish I got this news before I had a couple of you guys already talk about this, but I now know the reason of why. Part of the reason why Nvidia
is the ARM deal.
It is definitely the ARM deal. Yes, that's exactly.
That's what I was gonna say.
Oh, okay.
In fact, I was gonna defer to me if I went.
Can somebody explain?
Okay, so let me.
ARM deal.
Microsoft actually went into it to block. They were one of the opposers of the deal when the FTC was investigating it. And so Nvidia is basically trying to clap back because they were trying to get ARM, and it was a big deal for them. And FTC stopped it because Microsoft and some other companies said no, it's not good for them to own it. So now Nvidia is probably doing the same thing to Microsoft with this ABK deal.
They're just salty about.
That's only a small piece of the puzzle.
Well,
it's
that's
only
why I wanted Don to go before me.
Well, yeah. Well,
I got called before him.
Oh, okay. So you want to? Because I was going to go to you next, but you want me to go to Don next, or you want to?
Yeah. I want Don.
Okay.
To go
So I just wanted to read a little bit, and then Don, you can go ahead. Right here, I'm reading that. ARM was spun out of an early computing company called Acorn Computers in 1990. The company energy efficient chip architectures are used in 95% of the world's smartphones and 95% of the chip design in China. Good God, not 95%. He says with 6,000 staff globally. That's a very small staff globally, but anyway, and 3,000 in the UK. Okay. So you got more in UK, but it says ARM is widely regarded as the jewel in the crown of the British tech industry. The CEO of analyst firm CCS Insight said the deal has faced intense scrutiny and pressure from the start. It's no surprise that the deal had ended in failure, said in a statement, finding a way to appease regulators and trying to maintain the value of justifying the $40 billion price tag has proven overwhelmingly challenging. So I'm not going to go any further more. So Microsoft was one of these people that jumped in there and was kind of like, yo, this is a little bit much. So yeah, this is definitely a clapback. So Don, go ahead. Since you said this is just one small piece of the puzzle. What do you think that this all means overall, and why they signed with Sony and trying to
first,
get
let's start with
exclusivity?
Nvidia.
Let's
People
go.
always are wondering what is their take on that. Yes, the ARM deal can be part of it for sure, but people forgot that Activision pulled all their content off Nvidia Now, which is their streaming service. So Nvidia has a bone to pick not only with Microsoft, but they have a bone to pick up with Activision.
Is right.
Guys still there?
Yeah.
We're
No,
still
no,
there.
no.
Yeah,
We're just
listening.
listening.
We're waiting
Yeah,
for you.
Yeah, did you hear what I said?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I didn't know if it cut out or not. So, yeah. So, I mean, that's the simple reality is Nvidia has a bone to pick with Activision, and they also have a bone to pick with Microsoft. And so, by throwing a wrench in the deal, they basically are able to kind of, be bitter lovers in the situation. And then I think that's the same thing with Google. I think Google is just a bitter lover, right? Like they obviously do deals, they still work with one another. But Microsoft's thrown wrench into Stadia, and so this is Google's reaction that doesn't cost them literally anything. And I think also people don't take in consideration Nvidia is in the console market. It's not Nvidia Shield. It's Nintendo.
Really?
And they're and I don't think Nvidia took too well when everyone kind of went over to AMD.
Mm-hmm.
So, in matter of fact, it shows in their marketing people when they were showing the 4070 card. They took every shot they could at any console manufacturer that's not Nintendo. They made sure of that. So I think there's a little bit of a cultural bitterness from Nvidia, and I think they have a more invested in this than I think people realize.
Very interesting. Okay,
And I got some more things to expand upon that.
Okay, well we're gonna go to Slayer and then we'll go to you next, Mike. Go ahead, Slayer. What do you have to say about this?
Yeah, well, thanks, Don, because that was some of the things that I was thinking, but I had heard some other things as well, but that was mainly what I believed as well. But also, because here's the other thing too. See, so Nvidia has the GeForce Now service, right? And like he said, Bethesda pulled all their games from that, right? That's kind of.
I don't know about Bethesda. I know Activision.
They did.
Yeah, but Bethesda did
Bethesda
too.
did as well.
Bethesda did as well.
I'm sorry, I said that improperly. That was my fault. But
no,
like
you're
Activision,
fine.
Bethesda did as well. So it's another thing that I noticed. Like I always bring up Project Wingman. I swear to God, it's like 8 degrees of Kevin Bacon. There's always a reason I could bring that up and it relates. And the way it relates here is it used to be on Game Pass, right? And when it was on Game Pass, you could play on the xCloud. It was on Game Pass for a year, and now it's not on Game Pass. It's still on Xbox. You could buy it still, but you can't play it on the xCloud. Even if you own it now, you can't play it on the xCloud. And it seems to me there are many games that. Well, I may also mention this other thing. There was a tweet that I made a couple years ago, about there was this game that was on GeForce Now, and they pulled it off of that, and they were complaining that they weren't getting a piece of the action or whatever for being on GeForce Now. And I just want to remind people how GeForce Now works. All you're doing is renting a PC that's in the cloud. You can't purchase games on GeForce Now. It connects to your Steam account and your Epic account, and whatever compatible games that they have on there, you play it on that remote PC. So you already have to own those games on those platforms, right? GOG. I don't think GOG is on it. It's Epic and Steam, and I think one other, maybe Ubisoft, maybe I forget, right? But I remember this game. I don't remember the name of the game, but the developer was like, long story short, that they wanted a bigger piece of the action if their game was going to be on GeForce Now, so they pulled it off of GeForce Now. And I remember tweeting like, now that you've done this, I'm not gonna buy your game because I was interested in it, and anyone else that I ever hear that gets interested in your game, I'm gonna let them know what you're up to, and I'm gonna do my best to convince them to not buy your game either. And it's been years now, and every couple of weeks I still get some likes off of that tweet, right? Because apparently it resonates with a lot of people. So I bring up these two situations here just to say that this whole cloud thing isn't as cut and dry as it seems to anyone. There's a lot of pieces to the puzzle because everybody wants a piece of that pie. So there's the actual purchase of the game. Now there seems to be these streaming rights situation in the background that I'm not hearing too much upon, right?
Well,
And there's
intellectual
also
property rights are always a real challenge. And this is
right,
something I know Dark can speak to is like I can't just go buy the version of Top Gun and decided to
Right.
go stream it in a public place. Like
right,
like
Yeah,
you can
you
get in
just
trouble
can't do that.
sometimes for that stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
I will rent a stadium and just give it to everyone to just watch it. No, I can't do that. I don't have the rights to do that, right? And I think a lot of with the streaming stuff, a lot of the way the tech works and everything else is, trying to work that gray area of the law, if that makes any sense. And that's where I think a lot of people are kind of getting themselves in trouble, and a lot of this stuff gets challenged in regards to that. So
right. And also what I read from Post Up that he had posted when this news first dropped, because I think he was one of the first people besides Benji Sales, right? And he was saying, and quote, to the FTC, Nvidia stressed the need for equal and open access to game titles, but didn't directly oppose the acquisition, right? So it's kind of murky what the truth is, at least with Nvidia. With Google, it's very clear this is what's happening with them, and it's pretty clear the reasons why. Although Nvidia does have that whole ARM reason, and that would be enough if they were just being a petty company. But that's not smart for them either, because they sell all these cards that are just used for AI and rendering and stuff like that, and racks of servers with these Nvidia cards. Even if you're using an AMD chip or an Intel chip, doesn't matter what, and both of them just released new stuff. But
well,
those cards are selling
even
for tens of thousands of dollars. So
even their technology for ray tracing is dependent on DirectX 12, right? Like
right, right,
they do have a huge partnership with Microsoft. They're like it or not. So
exactly. Their success is often tied to Microsoft's success. Without Microsoft, they would have switch platforms, the APIs, and this whole other situation. That's it's heavy, right? So I think it was just a little bit of pettiness, but they didn't directly oppose the acquisition per se, right? They just poked at them a little bit, right? But as for Google, that's completely petty. Stadia is dead. Microsoft wants to put their Game Pass app. Well, it has a Game Pass app, but we know with the whole thing with Google and Epic that there's this whole drama. It was Google, Epic, and Apple, right? So mainly it was Epic and Apple when that drama was going on between them in particular, but also Google was like a third rung with that whole situation, and so it's kind of messed up. And then plus there's the rumors that Microsoft wants to start their own app store, right? They've had two of these Surface Dual phones, and supposedly they're coming out with a third one that's got a screen like that Samsung Galaxy. So it's one screen that is foldable, and so that's running Android. So it's not like they can just not work with Google, right?
well,
That's another company.
technically on top of that, I know in the EU right now it just passed that there's some sort of thing with storefronts, like digital storefronts with Apple, and how they're blocking certain things, and people going
Yeah, they're going to
going
open
a
that
third
up.
way. Yeah, well, guess what? Microsoft can side skirt the whole entire thing and says, "Hey, just download our app. Here's the site. It's right
Yep.
off Microsoft Store. It's a trusted site." And next thing you know, you can have their whole entire storefront be the forefront of your Apple device now.
Right.
So it's
So I'm
interesting.
starting to think this is like that a meme with Spider-Man where you got the two Spider-Mans, or was it three, are all pointing at each other
Pointing at
and
each other,
blaming each
yeah.
other.
Yeah.
Right. So they're all doing this right now, but they're all interdependent, and they really need to stop with that. And there goes my Alexa. There we go. Saying my name for everybody to hear. But there you go. So it's just a bunch of petty foolishness but at the same time, there's a lot of behind the scenes that kind of would make it somewhat logical, but not really. It's just a clusterfuck of shenanigans going on, and I really don't think that's gonna have a big impact to anyone. I don't think the FCC is dumb enough to be like, but who knows?
I don't know. The FTC is dumb enough to go after this deal. So
well, doesn't it kind of remind you what you're seeing? Like you'll see on Twitter where dedicated console players are throwing jabs at one another that really don't matter. You know what I mean? They don't change the course of things. And it's kind of how it feels like with big companies doing that towards one another. Like I don't think there's going to be any end result to these kind of claims one way or another. But I feel like they're just doing it just to mess with them.
Yep.
All right. So Viper, it's your go. What else do you want to add to this conversation?
Well, you guys mostly said everything, but did you even see the response from Activision about what Nvidia said?
No, did not. So that's some juicy bits.
So Activision basically said they don't want any of their stuff on any type of streaming service. The only way that you were gonna get it is if you acquired us. Microsoft is acquiring them, so yes, it'll be on Microsoft's streaming system, and it won't be on anything else. So
that even includes PlayStation's.
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
So that's why Sony has gotten ripped.
Yes. So that's
too.
Yeah, they pull if you're gonna pull your stuff from a streaming system and you say you don't want to put any of your stuff on the streaming system unless you're gonna be acquired by somebody, that lets you know the next company that might be doing it might be Take-Two.
And don't forget, Microsoft was not their first choice either.
Exactly.
That's not the first ones they went to.
Yes. So the thing is, Activision did it. I can guarantee you another company that does not like streaming services unless you acquire them is Take-Two. So
that's
there are a lot of developers who just want more money. That's why I was making those.
Right,
so
exactly.
They're trying to force the game to say,
extra
"Look,
money for the streams."
Yeah. Oh
yes,
my goodness, that is insane. Okay, all right. Let me go to Loke. Are you still awake? Okay, yeah.
Of course I am.
Okay. Excellent. This man must have took a nap. You know what I'm saying? So, all right.
I was in the shower, dude. Read the chat. I was in the shower.
Oh, excellent. He said he was in the shower. Okay, yeah, because he can brush his teeth. It's morning time up there. Almost.
Yeah, I said that a minute ago. I guess you didn't.
Yeah. So, your thoughts about for what you've heard so far from everybody else, and do you concur or do you have a different opinion on this? What is your thoughts?
I'm now reserving my judgment on anything that happens until this thing develops, because sometime last year I read the article from Forbes where they outlined that this deal needs 16 countries to greenlight it. So the most intriguing thing for me right now is it's not even like whether this thing goes through or not. The most intriguing thing for me is finding out from the result the influence that the US and the UK trade commissions have or do not have over other trade commissions around the world. Because technically, the US, the UK, and even the Canadian Trading Commission could say no, and this deal could still go through. There's nothing they can do to stop it, as long as 16 countries, the 16 that have the other 16 countries that have Activision offices and staff in them. So yeah, that's what's really intriguing me right now, because the US and the UK have kind of been like the voice of reason around the world for decades now. I would be like shocked, mind blown. This would be a big change in terms of Western sway, whether it's financial or cultural around the world. That's what's really intriguing me right now. I don't really care about the acquisition talk.
Okay, all right, but that's That's a big deal. I didn't know there was a number. I know that they got 2 or 3 more countries to approve it since I've been gone. But I know because Chile was, I think, the last one. But I can't remember what the other 2 were. But so they hit that good number. Then so maybe that's another reason why they feel so confident. Okay, that makes some sense. But anyway, because I do want to try to get this last topic before we get out of here. Talk about Ubisoft. All right, so let's go to Sir X-Man. What do you think, brother?
I think Google's just hating right now because they're one of the companies that actually had the opportunity to get Activision in January, last January, way before Stadia was announced that it was closing, but they didn't want to spend the money. I'm sure they went to them. So they're hating on the mistake that they made by not doing it. So now they're going to throw feedback up because Stadia's dead. And Microsoft jumped on the opportunity and they just didn't like when Microsoft could have teamed up with Marvel back in the day. I think Google made the same mistake. So now they're hating on their mistakes. So they want to just throw some dirt out there, knowing that their cloud is done. Their cloud gaming is done. Because Microsoft did it the right way. They kept it in beta form. They kept it in beta form. And it's still in beta form while they're improving upon it before an official launch. Stadia went out there and just threw it out there. So that's why they're complaining. Nvidia, I don't know what their problem is. I think they just hate, like Don and everybody else said, I think they're just hating on the fact that all the new gaming consoles, except for Nintendo, use AMD now. Make a cheaper graphics, make some cheaper graphic chips, make a cheaper
That didn't work for
CPU.
AMD. Oh, let me tell you.
Make a cheaper CPU that can work in the confines of a console. Because the Tegra chip that they have in the Switch is part of the reason why it's so underpowered. So AMD came to the table and started making better chips that will work with these consoles in this generation and the last generation. So
That's more of a
that's
Nintendo thing because
that's on Nvidia's fault. But that's Nvidia's fault for not going with the flow of where things are going. You can have your high-end stuff for PC, but if you want to get in the console market, you have to adjust. So now they're ranting and raving because all these people are taking away, what they had. A lot of them don't see Nvidia's streaming service as an all-around for everybody. But they see it the other way around. Microsoft's giving it to everybody. That means you got more people to play, you got more people to buy your game, and you got more people to invest in your ecosystem. With the Nvidia Shield, it's limited to PC, and how many people really do use Nvidia Shield on PC?
Not much people, not many.
Yeah, so they're griping because of that, plus also what Microsoft did back in the day. But don't act like Nvidia didn't do stuff like back in the day with Microsoft. They all go tit for tat.
Uma equipe vai à frente, vai fazer todo o trabalho e a outra equipe só vai para
Oh, he's over here.
Yeah.
Look,
Yeah.
you having
No,
a preguiça.
No, man,
having
we speak
conversations
English
with
over
the
here.
lines, man. We you know what I'm saying? We hear all your conversation.
America.
That man talk. That man speak.
Yeah,
That's all
Paul.
he's talking in tongues.
O resto já está.
Can't you mute him?
Oh yeah, I guess I can.
Yeah, mute him. This is my time.
All right, keep going.
I've been patient. I've been good. But
Go ahead,
all these companies, even Amazon, they all go tit for tat with things. But I think the PlayStation and the Xbox thing, I can see why that's going the way it's going. It is what it is. But Nvidia and Google to jump into the fray for really no real incentive excuse is just embarrassing to them. And it's just jealousy and hatred because things are going better on Microsoft's end for what they do than what Nvidia and Google did. And the little tit for tat, little petty stuff, it's got to stop out here with these big companies.
That ain't gonna
That's
stop.
it.
Well,
I'm done.
well,
I'm
hold
done
on.
with it.
Wait a minute. Don't
You can
forget
talk. I'm
that.
done.
Don't forget that Microsoft actually went with Nvidia with the first Xbox.
I know.
So the
Yes.
fact that they left after they left
Nvidia
and went
screwed them
to
over.
360.
Nvidia screwed them
Yeah.
over because they would never drop prices on those parts. That's why the Xbox
right,
was never able to drop
exactly.
its price low enough. Yeah.
That's why they left.
Yeah,
But
they
did-
left.
but they
And
did- but they
PlayStation
did it-
3, right? PlayStation 3 was
Yeah.
with Nvidia as well. So
exactly.
But that was a last second
there's-
thing because the cell wasn't good enough as a GPU because that was the original plan to use two cells. And at the last second they realized that wasn't gonna work out, so they last second put an Nvidia chip in there. That was never really their plan either.
But as you see, Nvidia is upset, period, because nobody else is using their stuff except Nintendo. And Nintendo's trying to get the cheapest chips that they possibly can, and that's why they're using the Tegra chips. Like if Nintendo was using one of the RTX chips, I mean, granted, yeah, one of the Nintendo systems would be $500 or $600 because those damn chips are expensive. But because Nintendo is going a cheap route, they're still giving Nvidia business, and Nvidia is going to love them as much as possible. But
I'm powerful enough where I could use an Nvidia Shield, but I get Game Pass for the games that I want to play. Why would I use it?
Well,
There's
there's
stuff in there I want.
streaming box. It's not just for games, and we're not
That's
just talking about
me and K Mega streamed Mortal Kombat while our stuff was downloading. Remember that, K Mega? And he streamed it, and it worked really good, didn't it, K Mega?
Yeah, it worked a lot better than I thought it would. I was like,
I
oh,
know. And he was streaming on Fight Night with it, both me and him. So they have fixed a lot of the problems over the past 2.5 years that xCloud has had, and they're still working on it. So that's the problem. Nobody wants to put the investment that it takes to get their cloud working. Like I'm sorry, Microsoft. Everybody wants to just roll with it.
I would say Luna is
investing. Oh yeah.
But Luna is very, very good.
Yeah, because Amazon got that dough, man.
Yeah.
And then the actual cloud leaders right now. Microsoft is right on their heels, but it's actually Amazon.
Yeah, Amazon is Luna is
Respect that.
amazing. So yeah, if anybody wanted to try to go to something else, Luna.
I even tried Luna, and it's really good.
It's
and you notice how Luna's doing what Google didn't do?
Oh yeah,
they're keeping it in beta. They're not keeping it out there fully.
Everything was that's the whole thing that Google got. Well, it wasn't so much greedy, but they wanted to jump ahead because they knew Microsoft and they knew that Amazon was going to drop theirs. They didn't anticipate that, and Xbox is usually the ones to go first, and then everybody else kind of just wait and then see the mistakes that Microsoft does, and then they follow suit. Microsoft was smart this time, and they waited. They were patient, and so they seen what the problems was with Google, and so did Amazon, and so now you look and see what it is, what's going on now. So it is bitter. It is some bitter stuff. Did I miss anybody before we go to our last topic? Okay, good deal.
Real quick on that point, K-Mega, what you were saying, if anybody knows this, Amazon and Microsoft, they never have beef with each other.
No, they don't like each other either.
They don't like each other, but they never had beef like Google and Microsoft.
Actually,
So
they partner on
that's
a
a
couple
big thing.
things. Besides
Yeah, they have partnered up on a couple of things. So they work together
they have
without
that
a problem.
Android support in Windows 11, and the App Store they give you is the Android App Store. I mean, there's not a lot there.
So Sony and Microsoft partner together, and how's that working?
Yeah.
Backstab.
So anyway, all right. So let's move on off of that. Let's get to, because I really want to hear y'all thoughts about the Ubisoft thing, because this is kind of nutty. As we're looking at the great Assassin's Creed Valhalla.
Or whatever.
So I'm glad Don talked me into jumping on, because I had it, but I was like, he's like, man, just go ahead and play it. And then so anyway, and I didn't know the last DLC dropped in December. I was busy taking care of business, but I'm definitely going to jump back on there so I can finish the Asgard story, finish the whole Assassin's Creed thing, because that's all that's left, because I did everything else. But Ubisoft is in some trouble, because they canceled 3 of their games and they delayed Skull and Bones yet again. That game is getting the dead. What is that get? The dead. What is that? The Dead Part 2. What is that? Living Dead? Not Living Dead. What is that? Dead Rising. What is that game that's actually now finally coming out? But everybody thought it was that it was never going to see the light of day, and it's now going to finally come out this year. Well, I forget. But anyway,
the one with the trailer where he was running on the beach, and then the vampire, the zombies were
Dead Island. It's Dead Island.
Thank you. Seems like Skull and Bone is getting the Dead Island 2 treatment, and not that the game is going to be released, but it's constantly getting delayed. I don't know, but the head of Ubisoft said that he is counting on the developers to show improve this year because their money is low, and now, like, since they canceled stuff, a lot of people are even there's been rumors that said that they was trying to merger and be acquired, and they said companies even laughed at them, like, nah, none of that. So wow,
they had their chance 10 years ago with a Divinity, dude.
So let's go to you, Don, on this one, man. First, what's going on? Why is Ubisoft in the situation that they are? Have they made too many risky moves, or is it just because they, some people say that they didn't listen to the fans enough, and they've been kind of just trying to do their own thing? Where do you think that the problem lies right now with Ubisoft?
I think it's at the investor level.
Okay.
I think investors want a return on their money. Every investor does, right? I'm an investor in a couple different companies, and I'm looking at, like, when my return's going to happen, right? So what it really comes right down to is, in an economy that we're seeing, there's a lot of uncertainty, and investors. What happens is investors, I don't think, like to take as big of a risk. Simple as that. And up to this point, Ubisoft has been very clockwork on when they produce their products, but now they're taking a different approach, holding things back, trying to focus on the quality of their content. At least that's what I think they're trying to do, and make it more meaningful. And then they're banking on the games as a service, making money off the back end of that. And that just makes it nervous when you just don't see income coming in. We saw this stuff happen before, like when we were in really weird times when Grand Theft, what is it, 5? Grand Theft Auto 5, the most recent Grand Theft Auto. Investors were getting really nervous about how long it was taking to make Grand Theft Auto. I don't think the people have stuck around now are complaining, right? Right? So it's I think it's kind of that sort of situation. I think that's where they're at. I think it's purely pressure from investors.
All right. Let's go to you on this one, Ham Solo. What do you think, man? What's going on with Ubisoft? Like, can they get out this hole?
Yeah, I mean, I think so, but man, I feel like Ubisoft is so hit and miss sometimes. Like, they they, they come out the gate strong at the beginning of this generation with several different games, right? And then it just kind of shows their preparation for long term versus what they thought was going to be decent and good enough to hold them over for a little while. Um, I mean, they are working on a lot of really cool stuff, though. So, I mean, I can't really say that they're even down exactly. They're just down on what their current, what on those few titles. But I think they're prioritizing, in my opinion. Short and sweet.
Okay. All right. What about you,
Because you
Viper?
hear all of that stuff about Assassin's Creed and stuff like that. I mean, I didn't hear nothing about that stuff slowing down.
No, Assassin's Creed. You know, a lot of people was trying to make the excuse and say, well, Assassin's Creed, they're too big and people ain't buying them. Assassin's Creed Valhalla was the best selling
That's the
Assassin's
one that's
Creed
keeping
out
the
of
lights
all of
on.
them.
Yeah, put respect
You know
on
what I'm saying?
his name.
Yeah. So all three of those Assassin's Creed were were best sellers. So that's got nothing to do with it. I you know, anyway. But regardless, what about you, Viper? What do you think? What do you think that the problem is? Uh-oh. Did they get Viper?
Oh no,
Oh,
I'm here. Okay, so I honestly think that you know, they have made some blunders recently, and I honestly think that it's a possibility there may be a takeover. They've already tried to stave off one takeover before from Vivendi, but yeah, now I think there's going to be a takeover. I think let me see who owns majority of their stuff right now. I think it's Tencent right now that owns a majority of Ubisoft.
Yeah.
So I kind of think that you might see Tencent jumping in and just saying, "Okay, it's over. We're taking over. We're gonna buy the rest of you out, and that's it." And I don't think that the Guillermo brothers will be able to stop Tencent. So I think Ubisoft might be bought out soon.
Let's go. Dark Optimus, what do you think?
You know me, I love Creed, so it's kind of the game that's holding them up right now. I think their biggest problem is that they came out with games that nobody asked for, nobody wanted, right? They came out with Rainbow Six Extraction, which didn't do anything for anybody, and everybody was just like, "What is this game? Why is it even coming out?" I think, you know, they kind of just they even put some games, you know, um, almost to pasture with the Beyond Good and Evil. I mean, we've been wanting that. I've been wanting that game since the first game came out, and then they decided, oh well, you know, we're making it, and then they showed it off, and we were all excited, and then it just went dormant, right? It just there's nothing, you know, after that last little gameplay, uh, teaser that they showed, there was like just nothing on it. So I think they have some good franchises that they're working with. You know, the Nintendo with the Mario Rabbids, you know, Sparks of Hope, which just came out this past year, and then they have Assassin's Creed Mirage that's coming out this year. Well, hopefully coming out this year. I think they're just kind of like, I think maybe hopefully they're realizing that these games that nobody asked for and that nobody wants to play are are kind of like, hopefully they're realizing that gamers just don't want to just buy anything and everything, anymore. They just kind of want to buy things that are good and the things that are going to appeal to them. And I think hopefully they're realizing that, because I mean, they had Ghost Recon, Breakpoint, they had, several other games too that were just didn't do very well, like the Crew 2. I know people like those games. I know that there is a fan base for those games, but for a majority of people to go out and actually buy those games, it was very minimal. So I think they're just kind of, you know, trimming the fat, so to speak, right? Just trimming all the stuff that they're like, yeah, that's just not going to work for us anymore. and we're just gonna focus on getting these certain types of games out to gamers. But we'll see. I mean, who knows with Ubisoft, to be honest.
I hope they go back and do something different with Ghost Recon. I'm cool with I'm not a huge fan of all of all the newer Assassin's Creeds. I know that's like sacrilegious for K Mega to hear,
Shut your
but
damn mouth. Okay,
but
whatever.
but I mean I'm okay with that because you take a direction with a certain game, that's fine. Do whatever you want to do with it, but don't do that with every game that you freaking don't don't
Right.
don't
Which
don't
they were
take
trying
Ghost
to do for a
Recon
while.
turn it into Assassin's Creed.
Well, they took the last Ghost Recon and tried to turn it into the Division, right? And like those are completely different types of games. They're yes,
Division's
they're
so
third person
good.
shooters. They're third person shooters, but they're they work different, right? But the Division has mechanics of
They took the last
an
Ghost
RPG
Recon and made it open world. That's not the
right.
Ghost
They did that.
Recon that I
No,
know.
well, no,
That's not
Well,
what people
Ghost was
want.
good. I liked
no, they
Ghost.
did that. They did that with Ghost Recon. What's that?
I like
Wildlands, and that
Wildlands.
worked.
I thought
Wildlands
Wildlands was
worked.
dope.
It's
I
just
thought they
that
messed up on the latest one though. They really
yeah, it's
Oh,
just with Breakpoint
breakout.
they tried to
Breakpoint.
put Breakpoint they tried to put too much Division type of content in that game, and it just didn't work for them. And that was the problem.
Okay, great point.
Did
All
Dark
right,
go again?
let's see. Who else is left? Slayer.
Oh, it was a good thing I went last again too, because Dark Artemis and was just mentioning the Division thing, so I'll definitely address that in a second. But
Well, Sir X Man's going to close us out.
all right, that's cool. But
Sadly.
Ubisoft, shout out to my homie Wetworks. This is something me and him have been discussing since the generation before last with the 360, the Wii, and the PS3. Early in that time period, I remember Ubisoft was focusing on the Wii more than either the 360 or the PS3 at the earliest point, right? And all along this whole time, I was looking for evidence of that, and I couldn't really find it. But I did find where they said in February 2007, they were like, the Wii accounted for over 20% of their sales, right? And I remember soon thereafter, this is what my friend me and Wetworks were discussing, was that now they were like announcing, and this is what I couldn't find, but I know it happened because we discussed it for like a week, right? That they were like, they want to stop giving all this focus to the Wii and give more of it to the 360 and PS3 that they were, ignoring because they were focusing more on the Wii than those two systems. I guess they saw, that Wii money and they thought, like I said, in February 2007, that was 20% of their sales and they thought it was only going to go up. And the reason I mentioned that and what Dark Artemis was just mentioning about what they did to the Ghost Recon and they made it more like the Division because the Division is a looter shooter and they thought maybe they can get some money that way. But also I remember when I first saw the original Division, I was like, the gameplay is looking like Ghost Recon. Us real Ghost Recon fans remember when Red Storm shut down. Remember that Ghost Recon was one of the first shooters on Xbox.
It was a tactical shooter.
It was tactical. Yes. People don't understand what this is when Rainbow was tactical. Okay? Extraction was just some seasonal mode that they had for like a little bit. And they extrapolated that out into its own game that no one cared about or bought. It looked cool for a couple of minutes, and most people forgot when they even announced it that was a mode that was in the game, for a little bit then too. So, and I'm saying all this to say it's like Ubisoft seems to be looking for the easy money all the time and not focusing on what they have and work on that to its utmost. Because what they did to Ghost Recon is just appalling. Like even Future Soldier, a lot of people don't like that game. That was a badass game. The AI, it was a squad of 4 dudes. You controlled one in most missions, right? And there were 3 other dudes. And those dudes, could tell you, oh, there's a dude on this shelf. I'm gonna aim at him because you could do like coordinating sniping, right? Where you snipe 4 people at once. And the AI with your companions was the best AI ever. And you know how it is when you have a companion, some AI companion in the game. He's getting stuck behind things. You gotta protect them. You gotta waste a bunch of healing items, stuff like that. Back then, that game showed what AI could do in a game. For that early point, it blew me away, and people don't even know because there were so many elements in that game that they took out, but they had been advertising. And I just remember it was a woman who was a writer. And God, I just remember her legs now thinking about it. Jesus Christ. But
okay, we're gonna have to kind of we got to wrap it up because we hit that 3-hour mark. Come on.
Oh snap! Well,
yeah.
Long story short, Ubisoft just makes a bunch of decisions where they're looking for the easy money instead of what they need to do, the hard work that's actually going to keep them in the game. And this is why they were always under threat of being purchased. And so I think that's finally going to happen to them. Like, finally, all their bad decisions are catching up. So that's what the issue is, I think. And I think Ubisoft isn't going to be independent for much longer.
Great point. So X-Man, close us out.
You got it. I think Ubisoft messed up because they're doing like a lot of these developers are doing and not giving people what they really want. They've been telling them for years, where's Splinter Cell? I'm not trying to beat a dead horse. Where's Beyond Good and Evil 2? Where is, people want an old style Ghost Recon or an old style Rainbow Six. Siege is good, but when you launch it, that's not what people want. People want a brand new Hawks game that coincided with the old school Rainbow Six because you actually helped them on mission with Hawks. And Hawks was a 4-player co-op, and you and your friends enjoyed playing it, going through these missions to help the people that were on the ground and help support them in the air, going through canes and everything. People want that kind of game back. But they've fallen for the horse, and they fell to this new style of open world, big do this, big do that, when that's not what they're predicated on. Assassin's Creed's another story. That has always been an open world game. Okay, fine. When they first showed I think it was Ghost Recon back in the day, everybody was like, ooh, you remember you saw them on this bridge and they came down from this helicopter and they joined with the police to help them and they were trying to fortify this bridge and they were trying to go into this house to save people and let them know that they're okay now. That's what everybody was expecting, but they canceled that project and went to this open world narrative. It's like a lot of companies. They need to get back to their roots. If you get back to your roots, you'll be able to save, your company instead of trying to do all this big open world narrative. Open world is good, but it's slowly starting to get, overplayed. And it's starting to burn itself out. Just like Guitar Hero did and Rock Band did. It's starting to burn itself out. A lot of people want more linear games. Now, they want to get back to that.
I would disagree with that, but
okay, you're an open world person, K-Mega. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that.
I agree that there needs to be more balance. But
have a little bit of both, like Tomb Raider did. The last
Tomb
Raider.
That's what I'm saying. Like to have balance. Yeah,
right. It had a happy medium. You're right.
You don't have to have 300 hour, 200, 300, 100, even 100 hour sequences. But you know what I'm saying. But you definitely, But I.
You can have a little linearity in the game with it being a little open world.
Yeah.
But don't make it so expansive and crazy.
How they really messed up too. The Ghost Recon before this most recent one, the multiplayer didn't come out until 6 months later.
What?
How dare you?
Okay.
How dare you?
That's unheard of.
We gotta wrap it up. We gotta wrap it up because this is I gotta stick close to what I said I'm going to do this year. So I love the
I know. I was just trying to make my point real quick. No. That's all, bro.
You made your point. You know what I'm saying? It was valid because I totally agree. But that's it for tonight, ladies and gentlemen. I really do appreciate it. We'll be back next week. We do have some plans on on giving GRG a facelift, and also we are 39 episodes away from episode 300. That is
Damn,
insane.
son.
That is insane. So that means I will be hitting the 300 this year at some point. So
Bravo, sir. Bravo.
that is insane. I would have never thought I got to 300 episodes, but it's coming. So hopefully I'll try to plan something out to where we have a really special guest or do something really cool or whatever. But until then, we got plenty of time to make that decision. But thank you guys for coming and checking us out. I know it's been, we was on a little hiatus, but as always, man, we do appreciate you guys to always come through and show love and support. Yobi, no doubt about it. Thank you for hooking me up with the timestamps. Very important. And also, if anybody wants to give me gameplay for the show, so they can show their gameplay. This is Yobi's gameplay right here, showing Sonic. And then there was for that, I think that
I might give you Vampire Slayer because I'm playing it right now on the PC.
Yeah, whatever it is, man. It could be My Little Pony for all I care. I don't care. You want to give me some gameplay? Give me some
Arby's
gameplay.
Playhouse.
Only thing I will not accept is Don showing the humping frog. That will always be doomed. That will never happen ever again. I'll play.
You can never top that gameplay, K-Mega. You never top it.
And
you know what? And you never can top Mud Runners either, man.
Oh my God! I think that was just I don't know what was going on.
People still play Mud Runner?
Oh, yeah, that's a popular game.
First off,
but anyway,
most
right,
popular
guys,
game on Twitch.
Oh Lord.
let's go to the man Loke, man, where it's early in the morning out there, man. Really appreciate it as always when you stop through. You know what I'm saying? Made some great points, man. Where can everybody find you and what you do?
Loke 7 on Xbox, on PlayStation, on Twitter, on TSWS Gaming, at YouTube. Tuesdays, me and Ham do a show, real quick, focused on the quick fire hits of gaming news. Thursdays, Ham's going to tell you what goes down. And Fridays, we have the main show. So, yeah. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers. Thank you so much. Also, we was hearing you talking your native tongue, man. That shit was fast. So, yeah, we was hearing the whole conversation. You and your wife was talking, man. It was pretty interesting.
That wasn't my wife. That was my colleague. I'm in the hotel restaurant, so.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right, so let's keep it moving. Slayer, man, as always, man, appreciate you coming through, man. It's good to hear your voice again on GRG, man. Of course, hopefully this ain't the last time. But yeah, where can they find you at, man?
Well, you can find me Six Slayer on everything: Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, Xbox Live, all the gaming platforms you love, except Nintendo, as always. Always got to get in a little bit of shape. But yeah, man, thanks for having me. And probably not going to be here next week. I'll probably be in New York. So, but the week after, if time allows, I'd love to be on again.
Okay.
Thanks for having me, bud.
Hey, no problem.
Happy New Year, everybody.
Happy New Year, man. No doubt. Listen to that. That was quick, fast, and nice. Man, I hope you bozos know. You hear that? You know how nice that was? That's what I want to hear every time. So now I'm going to go to probably the most shadiest of the team. Ham Solo, where can they find you at, man?
I thought you were going to Sir X, man.
No, I was.
You better watch it, Drano.
I was thinking about Dark, but then I said, no, Ham deserves this.
I almost thought you were thinking about me. And
I was. I was looking at names and I was like, damn it. Ham
Bunch of narcissists. He's thinking about me. No, he's thinking about me. What the hell, man?
Hey, we got to vibe for that affection, okay?
Man, just let Shady Ham talk, man.
Shady
Ham Shady.
Oh, shit.
All right. Let's go.
I like it. I'm Shady. Very good.
I love it.
Man, Shady Ham. That's fine with me, man.
Ham, Shady Ham.
But anyways, yeah. So yeah, you can find me, obviously here every Friday. I do this with K Mega. I decided to be a permanent panel member. Shit, what is that? Like 10 months ago or something?
Yeah. Well, yeah. Like, not that long.
Yeah, it's coming up on a year, so
it is.
It's been cool. But yeah, other than being here, you can definitely find me on TSWS Gaming. As Loke was saying, we do a show every Tuesday, 1 o'clock in the Lord's time, 2 o'clock Eastern.
Oh man, that's full. You can't even stay in the right space. You was just in the Central Time. That's the true Lord's time. But you go now.
What are you talking about?
Oh
Man, King Mega's
I
not
just
even
said Central Time.
Bible
Is
Belt.
Oh, I
You
thought
say
you,
this
oh, I
Lord's
thought you
time.
said Eastern because I
No,
said, man,
I said
oh.
1
He said
o'clock in the
Central.
Lord's time,
Yeah, because I was
2
like,
o'clock Eastern.
and then I was like, hold on, in Iowa and damn Central? Is it Central?
Yeah, it's Central.
Oh, okay,
Yes.
okay. I was getting upset because man, don't disrespect the Central Time.
Yeah, so so you can catch us there at that time. But I do a show every Thursday, as Luke was saying, and I'll talk about that. I got Dre Watson coming through on this Thursday for Behind Them Sticks, where I really just do people's backgrounds, talk to them, see what where they came from and all that stuff. And then Friday, me, Cozy Beluga, and Loke do our show that's, we literally call it bullsitting because that's what we do. And we just sitting around talking about games, talking about the news, having a good time. We got quiz time every single week, which I crushed it today. K Mega, you should stay nervous.
Oh my God!
I mean,
I'm
I mean, you remember what happened last time? You
I keep
remember.
getting second place, but that's okay, man. I'm
Yeah.
coming. I'm gonna hop
Yeah,
on
you
y'all
do
show
keep
and
getting
I'm finna
second
get.
place.
You got a perfect score too.
Hey Mega, I've got your date for February, so I'll hit you up so you can get
Okay.
your go.
Okay.
Good luck, little buddy.
Oh. Oh my God! Are you done?
That's where you can find me.
Yeah.
That's where I do my things. I'm happy to be part of this podcast, so it's really fun, and it feels like to play a haters ball every Friday. I love it.
Oh, hate! I'm ending the show, baby. So we're right at the end. She's like, I'm finna go to bed. I don't give a damn.
Next motherfucker say something is getting shot. Please believe.
right. Yeah, thank you. Oh man. All right. Dark Optimus, the new member of the GRG podcast. And Don, what is really crazy, man, he's really Latino, but I think he wants to be a white guy. So I said, you know what I'm saying? So we have our very first white panelist on GRG. This is amazing. So, so awesome.
Yeah,
Light Optimus.
Light Optimus.
Light Optimus.
Maybe I'll
Light
change my name.
I was trying to give him credit with
I don't
calling him
know.
Dark Scrotum, but
Right.
How is that even credit? That's not even credit. Get out of here. Get out of here.
Hold on. Don is not white. Don is not white.
No, Don is my son.
I could have sworn
Don's
he's
not
from
House Party.
Boston.
He's white
Yeah.
now.
King Mega's my dad. You didn't know that?
Yeah, Don's my son, man. You know that?
Don,
Dude, you
Don's
sound
whiter than
like you're from
than the pole.
Massachusetts, man.
Massachusetts. I don't even know what that is. What country is
You
that?
sound like
No, he's
you
from
sound like
Utah.
you sound like both your parents are lawyers. What the hell?
You're talking to his parent right here. What are you talking about, man? What's happening?
No.
Yeah.
No, this guy's not Latino. We're going to see his
You
face
talking about
next
Dark?
week.
Latino.
Yeah, you talking about Dark? Yeah, he's not Latino.
Dark
He's
is
not
Latino.
He's a Latina. He's a Latina.
No, Dark is
Oh,
Latino.
man.
Yeah, Dark
I
is
am
Latino.
Latino. I can prove it too if you really need me to.
No, we do not, because I remember you did.
I don't know how he's
something-
expecting to show off that proof.
Yeah,
I'm getting nervous.
Yeah, no.
I do. I need to see it. I need to hear it.
Okay. Well,
No, you
know
don't
what?
want to see that proof.
We're finna
No, God.
change the cameras here going forward here hopefully by next month. So yeah, but we don't want to see you being Latino though. Like that's,
Yeah.
Just
You don't
just
even have a
so-
camera. What are you talking about?
You gonna let me do my outro now, or
Oh yeah,
keep
do
going?
your outro. Get
Okay.
here. Yeah, we gotta go.
Yeah, you guys can find me on Twitter at Dark Optimus. You can also find me on Xbox and PlayStation at the same name. And as always, K Mega, it's been a blast, man. And I do actually have a camera. I have been on some podcasts where I have been on camera, so I don't know what you're talking about, Sir X Man. But yeah, man. And if I ever did, behind them sticks, I would be on cam too. So
Oh, he's trying to put a plug out.
He wants that
Oh, I
plug.
see you.
You hear
Hey,
it?
no. I love that show, man. I think it's a fantastic show, man. What you guys are doing over there at TSWS Gaming, it's fantastic. So
Now
keep going.
this boy is over here whoring himself because he's now, you know what I'm saying, he was on next. Now he's whored himself to GRG. Now he's coming to y'all. So
He be joining crossfire.
Pouring myself out.
He's for
Hey,
the
man,
streets.
he's just trying to get that health insurance, man.
Yes, he's
Just
for
trying
the
to get
streets,
that
ladies
health
and gentlemen.
insurance.
Dark is
Exactly.
for the
Trying
streets.
to get that health insurance, man. I need to pay them health bills, man. Come on now.
All right, man, let's go. Thank you, Mark, man. I really do appreciate you
Yeah,
coming
for
through,
sure,
man,
brother.
and yeah, definitely being a part of the team, man. It's a long time. All right, so we go into Viper. You know what I'm saying? The man, the myth, the legend. Well, he's not a legend yet. He's still a rookie, so you don't get that. You get your. Anyway, what's going on with you? Where can they find you at, Viper?
Y'all can find me in the deep dark recesses of. Never mind.
Boy. Good night.
I was about to be like, damn. Oh shit.
See, I was clean the entire show, so you can't say that I wasn't clean.
You
So
have been.
there you go. You monetized. Okay. Anyway.
Well, not yet. I still got to hit the button to get us out of here.
Hey, it wasn't my fault if you're not monetized. Anyway, RG Viper X on Xbox and barely on Twitter, but yeah, that's it. Next.
All right. And it's we're gonna let Sir X Man get us on out of here again. So Don, where can they find you at, brother?
Yeah, they can find me YouTube, Twitter, all the good places. The Don KTR, you will find me. And then the Don KTR Live is my live streaming channel, and then my standard channel is the Don KTR. I'll drop links in not only the chat but also the what do they call it? The comment section down below for those who are interested. It is the slowest channels growing on YouTube as we speak right now, so definitely feel free to be part of that at the ground floor. So
yeah, and also that's something that you guys can also do too is put your to the chat when.
I think you have to be a moderator to do that.
Yes.
I think yeah. So I'll have to monitor.
You have to give them permission for links.
That way I can start deleting all of Sir X-Man's comments.
Disrespectful.
Whatever.
All right, and last but not least, man, Sir X Man, you know what I'm saying? The man where we got to rehire Miss Patty, or we got to find somebody else because this man is.
I'm gonna be on that this weekend. I'm gonna be on that.
Thank you. Find Miss Patty. We need to know what happened with her, man. So Sir X Man, where can they find you at, man? Close us on out tonight.
Nowhere, only if I take an off day, so I'm happy to be here. I enjoyed myself, and I appreciate everybody. That's
Thank
it.
you. And Wheezy, good looking at you. You know I'm going to always spit that rat venom. And he also said Sir X-Man looks like David Banner's little brother. Yeah.
Respect these. Now you better respect these muscles, baby.
Oh, my God. Anyway, we are
more
out
like
of here, man. Thank
flabby
you guys
traps.
so much. Thank you guys so much, man. It's been a blast, man. See you guys next week. Yes, and don't forget, gonna get out there on that late night hype. Do something with that. Put a Jimmy on that hats. Enjoy, man. that pants off, dance off. All right, guys, we out of here. Peace.
Hat on the Jimmy.